And what's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, KB watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? It's Kush and KB back at it again with another episode of the Young Guns podcast, episode 19. Gio, just lower your volume a little bit. I can hear myself.
Oh.
Wow, we haven't had that happen in a minute. I'm blaming it on your computer restarting. I'm blaming it on that.
It might be that, but I put my gain high up for when I make videos, but when I go live, I put my gain down.
I hear you on that, man. Okay, y'all. Shout out to nobody's in the chat yet, but we got viewers somewhere. So make sure y'all get in the chat. As you're popping in, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, but most importantly, and as always, most importantly, hit that share button. Let people know that we live. You know what I'm saying? Let them know to come in here. Shout out to Yuvraj and Daniel Berry in the building. You know, two very dedicated subscribers, man. I appreciate y'all. As they start to trickle in here, of course, the main talk of the day is going to be that we got Dennard Wilson. We got KB's guy. Now, we could go back, I think it was a month ago, when we really started talking DC. Dennard Wilson came up before we even made the coaching hire, and it was the first person I heard it from was KB. And then, of course, as you go through Twitter, you start seeing it more. A lot of people like it. We'll talk about when we get to it. But shout out to KB. He was one of the first people I know, at least, that called it. Then when I say other coaches, I mean, we hired like 4 or 5 other coaches as well since the last episode we did. Running backs coach, special teams coordinator. I think a couple of coaches on the defensive side of the ball because we don't really have the offensive coordinator yet.
I think he was already with us, wasn't he?
Willie Taggart?
Was he with us?
He was with us? No, the tight ends coach was with us.
Oh, Tim Kelly. But they also, they only retained Tim Kelly and
Charlie Bullen.
Okay, yeah.
Exactly. And that's also going to be in that conversation, Charlie Bullen, but also we'll talk about Carmen Brasillo a little bit. He's going to be included in just sort of other moves that happened. Then we got league hires. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Y'all, of course, you know we're Giants fans, but league hires is going to be my favorite one to talk about. There's been some interesting movement along the league. And I'm going to be very happy when we come to the Philadelphia Eagles section of the league hires. Man, I wish I had some Eagles fans just raging in the comments, but that's a little bit more KB's side because of the
they're not even raging right now because they're coping, bro. They're just coping.
They're coping?
Right? Yeah.
What the hell is the cope?
Well, because they're saying because everybody knows that something's going on with the Eagles right now.
And I mean, we all know what the something is.
yeah. The thing is, they're like, but that's not that. Mike McDaniel only didn't want to go because he wants to be close to his family, which I heard Mike McDaniel did say that. But like at the same time,
so they're coping the reasons why people are not.
They're coping the reasons why people are not taking the Eagles job. Apparently, like the Eagles can't find anybody good enough, brother. Multiple reports that Brian Daboll was at the top of their list. I'll wait. We'll wait till
we'll talk about it. And then of course we got championship weekend / the Super Bowl matchup. We're gonna have Trent Dilfer versus Sam Darnold in the Super Bowl. It's gonna be very interesting to see. KB, before we get it started, any thoughts on the initial topics?
No. Let's roll the intro, man.
Let's get it going. So as y'all see there, and as y'all see here, Dennard Wilson officially hired as the Giants defensive coordinator. KB, this is gonna sound weird. We got no viewers on X right now. Usually they're tuning in by now. I see the check mark on StreamYard. Can you pull it up separately?
Yeah, it's on. It just says no.
All right, I guess you know what, guys, we missing the algorithm today, and that's a-okay. We appreciate the YouTube watchers all the same.
Hold on, give me a second. Let me see if I can I take
what the hell just happened? Our YouTube viewers just got cut in half when I said that. What StreamYard, what's going on?
I'm telling you, algorithms, like this is a real thing, and I'm not even coping right now. This is a real thing.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, the algorithm like slows everybody's views. Like I guess it's to save money. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but it's like it's a big thing on TikTok. A lot of TikTokers know about the TikTok algorithm, but it's a big thing, man. like that's why like sometimes on my channel I just completely drop because for like a whole month and then it goes back up eventually. But
all I know is that before we get it started, this was KB. I snuck into his crib. You know, I took a quick flight, snuck into his crib, took like a 5-second video, took a quick flight back. This is what he was reacting when he read the news, bro.
I was happy. Bro. I was pretty happy. I was happy.
I'm gonna let you start
Anthony
it off.
Weaver. Well, okay. The thing I love about Dennard Wilson, he comes from the John Harbaugh coaching tree, and I believe he also was under Wink Martindale as well, if I'm not mistaken. Was he also under Wink Martindale at some point?
It depends what years he was at. He was with the Ravens,
no,
right?
actually he wasn't. He wasn't actually. He started.
He was under Jonathan Gannon though, right?
Yeah, he was under. Yeah, he was under Jonathan Gannon. Coached the DBs in the Super Bowl. For the Super Bowl year, was also the passing game coordinator. Went to the Baltimore in 2023, became their DB coach, and also I believe passing game coordinator over there too as well, if I'm not mistaken. And nothing but high praise for him. And then he goes to the Tennessee Titans, and although it is all over the place, his resume with the Tennessee Titans is very, very hard to understand. We
got some breaking news with the Giants. All right. I'm half joking. I'm half not. The Giants just signed another free agent. They agreed to a 2-year deal with Harrison Bader. Per Ken Rosenthal, who's a writer for The Athletic. Oh my God. I'm mixing up the San Francisco Giants with the New York Giants, guys. Oh shit. I'm like, I don't recognize that name.
Oh my God.
I got caught. Well, it's not even caught. I just don't watch baseball.
What are we doing?
Oh, I thought we sounded like a veteran safety that I don't know about, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. Why is it when I just type in Giants on Google or whatever, I always get San Francisco Giants? They're not that popular, are they? They're not that popular.
No,
the San Francisco Giants, who the hell talks about them? Nobody. It's about the New York Giants. I'm gonna try.
I'm so sorry. That's what happens when you have a guy that don't watch baseball, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I screw baseball. I'm gonna remove.
I thought Harrison Bader was that ass gonna be like some like weird veteran that like I don't know about, bro. But nah, he's a baseball player.
I'm removing the Twitter thing and I'll put him back up.
Okay, sure. While KB does that, I'm gonna give my initial thoughts on it. I know KB's gonna go a bit more in depth. He definitely knows more about this guy than I do. I'm gonna say this. I'm cautiously optimistic. Let's begin with the optimistic part. Almost every Titans fan you come across online, and of course, online doesn't represent the entire fan, and we know this very well, but almost every Titans fan that you come across online love this guy. They praise him. They say that the talent let him down. They say that he did a great job. He did what he could. They like him a lot, and that they would have wanted to keep him. That's the essential thing. Congratulations, Giants. Shout out to y'all. You guys made a good hire. That's the optimistic part. In addition to people like KB, Bobby Skinner, and other content creators out there that I respect the opinion of and value a lot, in addition to them liking the hire as well. And then why I'm cautious about it, shout out to Nova. We already got the masturbator. It's Abdul Carter, bro. Like, he's been on the team. What are you talking about, bro? You didn't see the story? But the reason I'm cautious, all right, and call me dumb, I don't care. Call me a casual, I don't care. Well, I am the more casual of the two here on the podcast. That's why my voice exists.
Don't say that, man.
But listen, I don't care if it's casual take. Of course, I'm going to be optimistic because he came from one of the worst defenses in the NFL. And I understand every point that people bring up. And like I said, Katie's going to go into it more. But that's why I'm optimistic. It was one of the worst defenses. I'm sorry. That's why I'm cautious. It was one of the worst defenses in the NFL. I'm cautious because even though Titans fans love the guy, a lot of them are saying they think that, Giants fans are kind of overhyping the hire. They think he's going to be good, not great, which I'll take. Good, not great. Why I'm cautious is because this is a guy that kind of came up like KB described, and he could get into it more. He kind of came up through the Harbaugh, and then it was Gannon and then Wink system, similar to how guys like Minter and McDonald did, of course, more on the Harbaugh side, less on the the other teams, similar to how they did. But for whatever reason, he has a lot less noise around him. And I acknowledge what I'm saying is just based on pure vibes. I do. But like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic. I do like the hire. And I think it's going to be a good hire. I definitely think it's better than Shane Bowen. I definitely think that we are going to have a better defense this year. It's just how good it's gonna be remains to be seen. And that's about it. I'm gonna let KB take it away because he's a lot more knowledgeable on this guy in particular.
Yeah, well, I mean, doing a lot of digging into Dennard Wilson, like I said, it's hard to look at what happened in Tennessee and try to like knock on him, like try to see like how good he actually is, but it's hard to knock on him as well because you look at that roster, it's terrible. All right, think about this. The Titans defense, like rankings, like some rankings were a little worse than the Giants, some rankings were a little bit better than the Giants, but they're kind of around the same tier, right? The Giants defense and Titans defense throughout the past 2 years around the same tier of of each other. The difference is the Giants have great talent on defense, and the Titans do not. I mean, Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, Paulson Adebo, Javon Holland, Bobby Okereke, you could throw in whoever else you want to throw in, Cordell Flott, even if you want to throw it. These guys are way better. All of these guys would be all-stars on the freaking Tennessee Titans right now. I mean, call me crazy, freaking Micah McFadden would be probably one of the best players on that freaking defense right now. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking.
I think you are. I think you're joking. I think there's a little bit of a joke in there.
Go look at their hour lads, and you tell me. They have Jihad Ward as their starting edge rusher, brother. Jihad Ward.
Micah McFadden. I'm sorry to be the one to deliver the bad news to you, KB. I'm sorry to be the one to deliver the bad news to you. As soon as he hits free agency, the Giants are not re-signing him, buddy. All right, when it comes to Micah McFadden. I hope you realize
we're
that.
We're gonna find out in March, brother. We're gonna find out in March.
All right, sure. We'll see. The Mario Davis, you're a New York Giants, buddy.
Yo, Jeffrey Simmons is like Nova said. Jeffrey Simmons is the only good player. Like literally, they have maybe one or two other good players on there. Like they have L'Jarius Sneed. Huh?
Respect Jihad Ward?
What? Man, what? Stop it. No, Nova. Stop the slander, Nova. Stop the slander.
Look at him getting distracted from talking about Dennard Wilson, bro.
All right, but listen, there are some things, that worry me a little bit, but there's some good things as well. Like last year, he ranked 5th, like this past year in 2025, 15th ranked against the run, which is not terrible. Like I said, considering what he has to work with, 15th against the run is not bad at all. But it was terrible. It was like 28th against the run when he took over in 2024. So they weren't able to stop anything. But however, they had the 2nd ranked pass defense in 2024, which is crazy. I think a little bit of it is because they were so bad against the run that teams just ran on them as opposed to passing on them. I think that helped out their numbers a little bit. But you can see like guys like Bobby Skinner, other guys out there like Big Blue Banter when they do the film and stuff like that, because they're way more into film than I am. They talked about Dennard Wilson's aggressiveness on defense and how they were able to force interceptions, force turnovers with Tennessee's defense, and they were able to force a lot of turnovers, especially I believe last year, like in 2024. I mean, so he plays much more aggressive now. His blitz rate, however, isn't aggressive, and I think that's definitely because of the talent that he has. Because, again, if you're a defensive coordinator, you're not going to want to throw the kitchen sink at a quarterback, and no one's there to cover, no one's there to do anything. They had a 20.5% blitz rate last year, which is 5% lower than even the Giants. The Giants never blitzed. But they were at 25% blitz rate. So Dennard Wilson was at 20%. And they allowed 55 touchdowns each year. Each year, brother. Literally 55 each. And so that's 110 in total. So that is not great at all. But like I said, you're dealing with a terrible defense. Guys like L'Jarius Sneed and Jeffrey Simmons are probably the only guys you would probably say are good players. I think
Sneed was injured for most of the year or something, right?
Yeah, he probably was. So it's just... they were terrible, like I said. But look, just think about it. Shane Bowen had so much more to work with, so much more, and way better depth, and still put up around the same numbers that Dennard Wilson did with the Tennessee Titans. That's why a lot of Titans fans liked him. They wanted to keep him, and the Giants were able to get him. If you look at a video that went around from a past press conference when he first got with the Titans, and they were kind of asking about how he coaches up those defensive backs, because that's pretty much his specialty. He's been coaching DBs for the majority of his career. Now being a defensive coordinator, he still likes to focus on them, and he says at all times we are going to press. That is music to my ears. At all times we are going to press our corners, press our safeties, and put them in position to be more aggressive. And that is what the Giants need. I've always been that type of mindset as a spectator. You know, that's how I want my defense. Wink Martindale defense is what I like. You know, heavy blitzing, man coverage. If I can't get the heavy blitzing, I'll take the man coverage. I'll take the press defense. And that's what the Giants need. That's what Deonte Banks needs, honestly. He's not very smart in zone coverage at all. He does not have the instincts for zone coverage. And the Giants were not built to play zone coverage. The Giants are built like a Wink Martindale defense. We have nasty speed rushers on the edge. We have a really scary inside defensive line, so we can really force a lot of pressure. We have good enough linebackers, and we have corners that should be pressing. Besides Cordell Flott, I don't know what they're gonna do with Cordell Flott, because he's not a press corner.
We gotta get into that, I think, as soon as we finish just the overview of Dennard and what we think, because that's a great question. But go ahead.
Yeah, I'm almost done. But you know,
no, you're good.
Paulson Adebo, Deonte Banks, these are two man corners that they're gonna benefit from Dennard Wilson's coaching. So I'm excited about that. The safeties, I think the safeties are gonna be a lot better. It looks like he puts his safeties in better positions to be more aggressive, force more turnovers, put them in positions to make a play, as opposed to Shane Bowen, where he was dropping everybody back, and these safeties, they weren't even that instinctual in zone coverage as it was, so they weren't doing much anyway. So hopefully, bringing a guy like Caleb Downs, baby, and then Dennard Wilson could mess around with that. So I like the hire. Like I said, like we've been saying when we were talking about the DC, like the defensive coordinator position, this entire cycle, it's not fantastic, right? The options were not fantastic, so I'll take Dennard Wilson out of a bunch of guys that are really unknown. Especially like guys like Anthony. I was not enthused by Anthony Weaver.
It was really just the Leonard guy, who I guess
Jim
all
Leonard,
signs point to him staying to Denver.
Mark, by the way.
Yeah. It looks like all signs point to him staying. I guess for fans that are wondering why we didn't get him or what happened, it looks like he might stay in Denver to take Buffalo, a promotion or something.
He might go to Buffalo. I just seen that like 15 minutes ago on Twitter. That'd be
interesting. And guess what? Buffalo's in a better situation than the Giants. So I don't blame them. You know what I mean? Like they're way closer to a Super Bowl than we are.
They hired Joe Brady, brother. Oh man.
We gonna talk about that in section 3. Trust me. And then also I think the Packers just released Joe Lombardi. So there was also before the Packers released Joe Lombardi, there was going to be 18 new offensive coordinators in the league next year. Now it's going to be 19 new offensive coordinators in the league next year.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's a record. It's got to be.
Yeah. Jim Leonard chose Joe Brady over Harbaugh on the floor. I'm good off of him even doing that. Hey, we'll see. It isn't confirmed yet. But what were you going to say, KB? You were going to say something.
Oh, there's also news about Chris Shula and the Steelers. Apparently, he's not the guy.
I saw that he bombed his interview.
Yeah. That's telling. That's very telling. That's very telling.
But I guess your final thoughts on Wilson. What do you mentioned what he said and what you think his defense is going to look like from the cornerback standpoint and stuff like that. Is his defense for Giants fans like myself that just don't know anything about this guy, is going to look like anything we've seen in, say, like the past 6 years? Or is it going to look just completely different?
It's going to look a little bit different because I was saying in my video that I just did, the only defensive coordinator that played aggressive with his defensive backs were Wink Martindale. Like you go all the way back to James Betcher. You go back to, who have we had in the past? Betcher, Patrick Graham, and who we had just now, Shane Bowen. These guys were very soft with our corners. Disregarding the front seven, just the corners in general, just played a lot of soft zone coverages and just played deep and didn't allow anything behind them, which with Shane Bowen's defense, they still allowed things behind them, which is crazy, but Patrick Graham got away with it for a little bit. I think he had a couple of successful years, with the safety. Xavier McKinney thrived with Patrick Graham. So, we didn't have terrible luck with playing softer, but, we need the corners that we have. We need to play more aggressive. That's what we'll see with Dennard Wilson. As far as the front seven goes, I really don't know, to be honest with you, because his blitz rate was not great with Tennessee, so it didn't look like he could really expand on what he wanted to do with the front seven. I think he just had to play a lot of 4-man fronts because there just wasn't a lot of talent to work with. So that is a question mark. I'm sure other people may have an answer to that. I'm hoping that he's way more aggressive with the guys that we have and is able to try to put all of our best players on the field at the same time, because we run into that issue with Kayvon and Abdul. Hopefully he's able to figure that out a lot better than Shane Bowen did.
Let's see if anybody in the chat got any thoughts or questions. Once again, shout out to Yuvraj, Daniel, Nova, Hippie. That's a new person, unless I just missed you before. It seemed like
resetting the Twitter worked.
And Alwyn, yeah, it does look like it. Let's see. I'm going to work myself from most recent and then work myself back. Alwyn says, the front will look like Wink, but a lot more zone.
Okay.
Hasbick says, Jets also fired offensive coordinator Tanner Engstrand, who worked with Ben Johnson, so could be a potential target for the Giants. Well, I'll be honest with you, I'm not familiar with him or the Jets offense at all.
So Alwyn Duarte. So we're gonna be playing more zone, but we're pressing more. I don't know about that. I don't know. We'll see. I think we'll play more man. If we may still be a zone defense, but we'll play harder and more man defenses. I don't think we're gonna be pressing as much as he says, because he did a press conference that he's like, first thing I teach is pressing on at the line. Yeah. You don't teach press at the line the first thing you teach if you're not playing man coverage. You can still press in zone, but it's just not. Yeah.
Trade Deontay Stanks for Snead. I think the Titans would turn that down, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. He had more sacks with scrubs than this team. Imagine with some actual talent. KB said that. KB said that. I did see that the Jets reached out to John Gruden, but he declined. That was hilarious. I saw that.
I love that we're now, I'm sure that happens around the league since the beginning of time, but we never got news about coaches denying or cutting off communications where, we don't really get much of that now, in the closest social media and more insiders, kind of speaking out. Now
it's not even more insiders. It's just more people leaking information.
Yeah,
which
you're right.
Is one of the things John Harbaugh wants to fix here. I think that's one of the things that we know he's actively trying to fix, all the leaks that are happening within the Giants organization. For all we know, Jim Leonard could have never been a legit thing. Jim Leonard could have never been legit. That could have been Harbaugh trying to fix the leak. You know what I mean? We'll never know. McFadden will be resigned per Freaky Kid Blue. Guys, I got to say this. This is not just Yuvraj. I see it across the internet, guys. This is resigned. Like when you retire. Resigned.
You guys got to put you guys got to put the
has a dash. I see it on Twitter all the time.
To be fair,
I don't want to be a grammar Nazi, but I'm like, what's happening?
Listen, to be fair, even Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter do that.
They do it as well. And I'm like, you guys are
everybody does that. Yeah. I think I even do it. I'll be honest with you. I do it. But I know what you mean. I always look at it too. I'm like, guys, reset. Just like saying a part and a part is two totally different meanings that people need to learn how to separate. Yeah.
I don't know. KB, off the joke. How does Micah fit into this defense, bro?
To be honest, I do not know. I have not watched any Tennessee Titans film. I probably don't care to be honest with you. So we'll see what happens. And I'll probably watch some videos on it, to be honest with you guys. And then see what happens. Yep. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Maybe I'll pull up some Tennessee Titans film. It's just that I'm trying to do my college stuff now, so I don't want to get distracted by that. I'm trying to do I'm really behind on my college prospects. Yeah, I'm really behind. I need to get.
No, you're chilling. Don't even worry. Don't stress about it. I mean, the draft is a really big time of year for us. Yeah. But don't stress about it, honestly. I mean, now, chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like I said this the past couple of years, even though I wasn't on here, but I was on for drafts with KB. And KB, you might be able to tell me if I'm remembering correctly or not. But I feel like the past 2 years, at least with the Giants, maybe even past 3 years, I'm like, well, you can't really go wrong with whoever you pick. That's just sort of the situation we've been in because we kept playing ourselves out of number 1 overall pick. So you get in a situation where you're like, well, there's 2 or 3 good guys there. You can't go wrong unless you're purposely picking somebody like how the Raiders took Cleveland Farrell at 4 in 2019. You can't go wrong unless you do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll close off my thoughts on Dennard Wilson. I'll definitely say this, KB. I think out of the 3 or 4 guys that were rumored in this I was about to say head coach, in this defensive coordinator cycle for the Giants. And as KB pointed out earlier, in the defensive coordinator cycle in general, there's not a lot of guys. I think that plays a big part as to why we're not seeing that many new defensive coordinators across the league as opposed to offensive coordinators across the league. I think it's also because the league realizes they just need to up their offense after the defenses have adjusted to what's been happening the past 5-6 years or so. But with Dennard Wilson, I think he had the potential to be the best guy out of those 3 or 4. But I think he was also definitely the safest option. He's the safest option because 1, he already has experience. 2, he's not Zach Orr out for what Zach Orr did with a talented Baltimore Ravens team. And 3, he's not like a Jim Leonard who we don't know how it could turn. It could turn out great. Like I'm not gonna lie, I got convinced into wanting Jim Leonard. It could turn out great, but we don't know. He's the safest option. On top of that, on top of Harbaugh, obviously loves to hire guys that he has connection with. I kind of want to flip the switch a little bit because of this comment right here.
Yeah, I just
obviously we know
Jaden, and I'm scared.
Yeah, I was about to say. Obviously, we know Todd Monken's our DC unless he gets the Browns head coaching job, and we'll talk more about the Browns head coaching job in a couple of bit. What we really want to talk about right now, KB, is we gotta start talking about legitimate backups to Todd Monken, bro. Who's out there? Especially, once again, remember what I said earlier? There's going to be 18 new offensive coordinators in the NFL next year. There's a lot of spaces to fill. There's nobody that comes to mind. I'm going to be real with you in terms of a backup for Monken.
I know. I'm trying to think for myself. Like everybody that's been coming, like Joe Brady is.
We really gonna get Davis Webb, bro. We gonna give him the promotion and the 6-figure salary, bro.
It might, and Charlie Weiss Jr. I forgot where he was from. Where's Charlie Weiss Jr. from?
I don't know actually. Ole Miss. That's what he's saying. The Ole Miss connection.
Yes,
makes sense.
the Ole Miss. Well. No. Charlie Weiss is the OC for LSU. He was.
So is the Lane Kiffin
Eagles
connection.
Reached out to him. I think he did not want part of it.
He was probably at Ole Miss with Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, he's going to LSU with Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
Is what's going on. Is what happened. That's where he was from. But the thing is with Todd Monken, I'm not that I'm hearing, but I think they really like that Grant Odinsky guy. The OC for the Jaguars, I think they like him.
Yeah,
I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping. I'm talking about the Browns, by the way. No, the Browns really like that Odinsky guy, and apparently Odinsky, because he also interviewed for the Bills job, but he didn't get it. Joe Brady got it, so that opens him up. So I would hope. Did Odinsky take his name out of the running? For the
Good question.
It's crazy how many people took their name out the running for the Browns job. Oh my god. Let me see. Odinsky.
And then I guess that's a great.
Odinsky is staying. He's staying in Jacksonville. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean the Browns are running out of options. Well, the other one is Scalise. What's his name? Scalise?
I don't know, man. I have not been keeping up with the Browns. While you bring that up, great point, Yuvraj. I forgot to bring this up, actually. I saw this on Twitter. I think we sign a lot of veterans on defense to help young players adjust and develop in the new system. That is what Wilson tried to do with the Titans. Obviously, it didn't work out. And then obviously on top of them, just not having a good roster is the reason it didn't work out. This is a concern for me. It's a concern for me because John Harbaugh made it a point in his press conference to say that he likes teachers. I get getting veterans so that, it's easier of a transition as a defense as a whole. But it seems like from the very short sample size, I'm acknowledging that, it seems like from that short sample size we had in Tennessee, this guy needs to sign a lot of veterans because maybe he's not that good of a teacher. That's concerning to me. I could be reaching out on a whole limb, Dennard Wilson.
Oh, I don't know. No. I think he just – I don't think it's fair to see it from that standpoint. I think it's just more so you can't reach every if you had the ability to get more help to help out the younger guys, you're gonna do it. You're not gonna just say I'm gonna do it myself the entire time. If he has the ability to get some veterans in there, instill what he wants these younger guys to know and spread it like basically like having disciples and spreading it. I think that'll do nothing but help out. I don't think that's going to be an indictment on him saying that he's just not a good teacher. I'm just thinking of it as he's going to get a lot of veterans in here, tell them what he wants done, and these veterans are going to go out and kind of spread it out to all the younger guys if he's not able to reach everybody all at once. I think it's just more so of a kind of just be more efficient, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like our staff. I like our staff so far. Besides what we're about
let's
to talk
begin.
About. Yeah.
Let's begin with the one guy that it seems like we're gonna lose, Carmen Bracillo. I'm gonna let KB do the I'm so sad part. All right, because I'm just gonna say this. I mean, I even went on Twitter and I was like, yo, losing Carmen Bracillo is already strike one for me when it comes to Harbaugh. But then I realized I'm overreacting. I realize I'm overreacting because we know a couple things. We know that people in the building vouch for Bracillo, and we know that his dad, we know that Jack Harbaugh vouched for Bracillo. Both of those came out. I don't think John Harbaugh ignored both of those. I think Bracillo is leaving of his own volition.
You think?
I think he's voluntarily going.
Okay.
I think he's fine. I think he's finding another opportunity. I think he might be following Dable, whatever it is. Bro, you're not telling me that John is ignoring his dad, bro. Let's be real.
Yeah, I know.
He respects his dad a lot, and he listened.
You know what?
He listened to the building. Guess what? He listened to the building on fucking Charlie Bullen and Tim Kelly. You think he was gonna listen to the building on Carmen Bracillo?
If Bracillo winds up going to the Titans, I'll believe you. If Bracillo winds up going to the Titans, I can see it too.
We'll talk about the Titans next.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the Titans next. But I think based on the fact that he listened on the other two coaches, which we didn't get anything saying, oh, his dad also vouched for Tim Keller or Charlie Bullen. We only got that the people in the Giants building vouched for him. He listened to them on that. You got the Giants building plus his father, Jack Harbaugh, vouching for Carmen Bracillo. I think Carmen Bracillo leaves of his just voluntarily. He wants to go somewhere else for whatever reason. And you know what? That's good on John Harbaugh. You can't force somebody to be here if they don't want to be here. And the reason I'm saying force is because Bracillo is technically still under contract. You can't force him to be here if he doesn't want to be here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead, KB.
Yeah, I would say one thing to give people kind of hope for the offensive line. John Harbaugh with the Ravens. When have we ever said the Ravens have a terrible offensive line? They've always been top of the league.
If you talk to Ravens fans, oh man. I mean, if you talk to Ravens fans.
Okay, you know what the problem is? When you have a really mobile quarterback, the offensive line is almost guaranteed to play. Even though you think it may get better because the quarterback can get out of situations, it's almost counterintuitive because when the quarterback is running around scrambling, the offensive line cannot keep up with the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So he might get himself into trouble. That was a big problem with Russell Wilson back in Seattle. But if you look at over the years, if John Harbaugh being there in Baltimore, they've always been top of the league with offensive line. So he's going to get himself an offensive line coach, hopefully, and then, I'm sure it's going to be someone he knows, and hopefully the offensive line will be good. But I really wanted to keep around Bracillo because he's already highly regarded as one of the best offensive line coaches in the league. He fixed 2 offensive lines from franchises that historically have had bad offensive lines.
Raiders
the
and
Raiders
then us.
And the Giants. You know how hard it is to
I want to ask a
fix
follow-up
not one
question,
offensive line,
KB.
but 2.
I want to ask a follow-up question because you said you have faith in whoever Harbaugh is going to get. Now, of course, just the way all the hires are going, it would point to us getting the Ravens offensive line coach last year. It's not just Ravens fans that I'm seeing that would be a bad hire. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, we'll see. I couldn't tell you too much, but maybe it's not the current offensive line coach from the Ravens. Maybe it's somebody that he knows is probably from another team right now that he has connections to. It doesn't necessarily need to be a Ravens connection. All I'm saying is that John Harbaugh with the Ravens has always made sure that his offensive line is pretty damn good. So I'm thinking whoever he brings in here doesn't need to be someone from the Ravens, but whoever he does bring in here, I'm sure that he knows he's going to think that they're fit enough to be the offensive line coach. Because you threw a wrench into that one, because that makes a lot of sense that maybe Carmen Bracillo didn't want to come back. Maybe that is the thing.
Yeah, feel free to give your thoughts before I said that, because that's just a theory. So feel free to give your thoughts on what you were going to say before I threw the wrench in there.
The best answer that I could have came up with if we were to talk about it before you said that was maybe he just wanted to go in a different direction. Maybe there was a coaching style. Maybe there was a scheme style that he feels like that he can get a coach in here that can do it better. You know what I'm saying? Because I would say, I don't know. If I'm going into a new job from a job that I came from, like if I'm transferring and they give me the option of bringing in people that I know, I'm probably going to favor the people I know more than people that I don't know, even if they've been good at their jobs. I feel like, hey, I think my offensive line guy is better. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's that sort of thing, but maybe Carmen Basillo just didn't want to come back. So
we'll see.
Wan'Dale Robinson to the Titans is the most obvious move ever. That would make so much sense. That would be Cam Ward, Xavier Restrepo,
Robert Saleh. Jeffrey Simmons from Wan'Dale. Who says no, bro? Who says no?
Bro.
Not me. Bro. Because the contracts might be comparable once he gets signed. The contracts might be comparable once he gets signed.
But listen, you know, what's your call it? Cam Ward's favorite weapon back in college and with the well, they tried to make him work with the Titans, but he's just not an NFL player. Xavier Restrepo, you know, short wide receiver that, you know, from Miami that Cam Ward had. Wan'Dale would be literally Xavier Restrepo for him. Oh my God, that would make so much sense.
Listen, guys, hear me out. I've been saying this for a year now. Send Darius Slayton to one of two places. The Denver Broncos or the Indianapolis Colts. Just get him out here. We free up cap space. If we go and trade Wan'Dale to the Titans,
you can't trade him. He's a free agent.
Sign and trade, buddy.
Hey, we didn't sign him to trade him. We didn't sign him to trade him.
Sign and trade to the Titans.
That wouldn't be the first time we pulled that move.
For specifically Jeffrey Simmons. All right, but I'll tell you this. If we could just get rid of Darius Slayton, do you know Alec Pierce is a New York Giant, buddy? We got Darius Slayton and the anti-Darius Slayton on the team, bro.
I saw that, like, that people saying that that's a match made in heaven. Yeah.
The Slayton and the anti-Slayton. Now, before I talk about Charlie Bullen, do you know these two guys on my side? Because I might just talk about them and give you Charlie Bullen.
On your side, Chris Horton interests me a lot, the special teams coordinator. Yeah. It's hard to really gauge like how good a special teams coordinator is. But
I agree.
Ravens special teams have always been good. I
think the intriguing thing, KB, is the fact that Harbaugh wanted him so much. Remember, the Ravens blocked him or blocked us from trying to get him. He had to give him the additional title, the promotion of assistant head coach. He's not just special teams coordinator. He's the assistant head coach, and that is what allowed him to get this guy from the Ravens. What does that say? He wanted him so much that he's like, yo, listen, man, you are the assistant head coach. This is how much we need you.
Yeah, I'll take that. And listen, if it's any consolation, Devin Duvernay had his best years as a returner under Chris Horton as special teams coordinator. Devin Duvernay made Pro Bowls and All Pros as a kick returner. And maybe people could look at the stats. I don't think there's a lot of kick return and punt returns that were on the Ravens. I haven't seen one, on the Ravens. So maybe his special teams defense is good too. So I'm excited about Chris Horton. We've had terrible special teams coordinators for years, going back to Thomas McGahee, who freaking survived 3 regimes, and then who we just had in Mike Gobriel or whatever his name was. He wasn't that special either. Constantly, we would have the weirdest freaking kick return and punt return combinations you'll ever see. So there's that. I don't know who's the other guy.
That's Willie Taggart. That's the running back.
Okay.
That's Willie Taggart. The reason I bring him up is because Willie Taggart is the most brolic in terms of resume, the most brolic running backs coach I've ever seen. I'm gonna pull up his resume, KB. Don't pull it up. Don't spoil yourself. Oh my, he's doing it.
No,
he's doing it. Don't do it.
I'm not.
Look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes. All right. I need you to be surprised.
I was just scrolling on Twitter.
Okay. If you're well, first of all, are you unfamiliar with his resume?
I am unfamiliar. I know he was. Okay, I saw that he was from FAU. That was it. And then I seen FAU
look at this. And chat might be unfamiliar with it as well because look at this guy's
coach
resume.
For every freaking team ever.
Not even that, bro. Not even that. Look at this. Western Kentucky. That's with Jack Harbaugh. So he started off under Jack Harbaugh.
Oh,
this
so
guy
that's
is
the connection there. Oh,
right. Western Kentucky wide receivers coach, quarterbacks coach, co-offensive coordinators, quarterback coach, assistant head coach, quarterback coach. Stanford. I think that's under Jim, right? When Jim was at Stanford, running backs coach.
So he worked with every Harbaugh.
Back to Western Kentucky, basically succeeded Jack as the head coach of Western Kentucky. Went to South Florida, head coach. Went to Oregon, head coach.
He was a head coach of Oregon?
Went to Florida State, head coach. Went to FAU, head coach. And then after like God knows how many years as a head coach, a decade as a head coach, went to the Ravens as the running back coach, then was the assistant head coach and running backs coach. So we gave up our assistant head coach for Chris Horton. If we didn't, I guarantee you it would have been Willie Taggart. And then now he's with the Giants as the running back coach. But he's worked with every Harbaugh, bro. Jack, Jim, John. Like, look, this is not the most brolic resume for a running backs coach you've ever seen, bro.
Well, that's impressive. I mean, man, 2017, who did he have? He had Herbert.
In 2017? Well, he was only there for a year. So,
yeah, but he had Herbert. I think he had Herbert. Chat, am I wrong? Because it went Mariota Herbert, didn't it? Or was there somebody in between?
Was it really back-to-back? Wasn't Bo Nix in there somewhere?
Oh, no, Bo came way later.
Bo was after. I mean, maybe.
I didn't realize it was back-to-back. In 2017, Bo was with Auburn.
Look at this, though, bro. He was a head coach for 12 years. That's crazy.
But it's really weird how he's only a head coach for like a couple of seasons. Like,
I'm guessing he didn't have success then. But I mean, he obviously had enough success to be hired back-to-back to back-to-back.
Isn't it weird when you're like Florida State? Because Florida State's a really like top. Like, I understand FAU. FAU is just like they'll take anybody. But Florida State, for them to be such a great organization, FSU, you know, historically.
Man. Did he go to Florida State? Let's see.
Huh?
I'm trying to see if he went to Florida State.
No,
he went to Western Kentucky. Bro, so he was a quarterback for Jack Harbaugh.
That is crazy. This guy must go to all the Harbaugh family events, man. All the cookouts and stuff and birthday dinners and stuff.
Hey, listen, we got him, not Jim. We got him, not Jim. All right. But that's really what I wanted to highlight with Willie Taggart. His resume is insane. And just like KB said, there's questions to be had. Who did Stanford had at running back in 07, 08, and 09 when he was a running backs coach there?
Shit, if I know. 07, 08, 09, I have no idea. Oh, was it Toby, what's his name? Gabbert? What's his name? The other white running back? Bro. Toby No, not Gabbert. Gabbert's the quarterback. Toby Stanford.
So in 2007, it was Toby Gerhart. Yeah.
Gerhart. There we go. Toby Gerhart.
All right, so you tell me about him because you know his name and I didn't.
He was a big ass running back. He was like
in 2008. It was also him.
He was like Peyton Hillis on drugs.
Okay, it was him. Okay, he was his running back all the time. Oh my God, he rushed for 1,800 yards.
Bro, go watch Toby Gerhart, bro. He went to the Jacksonville Jaguars in the league, but he was Peyton Hillis on crack.
Yeah. Now, of course, that's just the resume. Am I excited to have this guy? Yeah, not just because the resume does excite me. I'd be lying to you guys if I said it didn't. But I'm excited to have him because, like,
that's a good resume for a running back.
He's coming from Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. I have confidence in his run game. Obviously, those are two of the most talented runners in the league. I acknowledge that. But he helped the game go good for them, and he coached them. That's good coaching experience. I'll take it. And then, you know what? I guess you could finish off Charlie Bullen, KB. I don't mind it. I like it. Charlie Bullen did a good job. He did a good job as an interim DC.
What, Charlie Bullen?
I said I want you to finish off Charlie Bullen.
Excuse me?
That's not a pause, bro. That could be taken as kill. Like, come on, bro. How does your mind go there first? How does your mind go there first?
I'll have you
that
know
says
that
more about you than it does
roll that
me.
Way, brother. I appreciate the opportunity, but I don't roll that way, brother. Chat, I know you guys heard that too. To be honest.
Go ahead, bro. Let's be real. Talk about Charlie Bullen, bro. I like him bringing back.
Yes. Absolutely.
Chuck.
I thought he really impressed as the defensive coordinator. Like, listen, sample size 5 games, but go look at the statistics of those 5 games. It's a lot better. Everybody played better. All our best players started playing like the best players, you know? How is it that Paulson Adebo plays all, the whole season not getting interceptions? He gets one with Charlie Bullen. How is it Javon Helen gets 2 interceptions? How is it Bobby Okereke gets 2 interceptions? How is it Abdul Carter gets 4 sacks when he had a half a sack the entire time with Shane Bowen? Charlie Bullen's awesome. I love that he's still part of the coaching staff. I know guaranteed if the Giants have anything decent of a defense next year, he's gone. He's going to be a defensive coordinator himself.
I was going to say, shout out to Bobby Skinner. I saw him say this. He was like, Charlie Bullen could be not next in terms of he's going to be the next Super Bowl head coach, but he said he could be the next Mike McDonald in terms of a guy that's on the defensive staff that gets developed and then becomes a great defensive coordinator.
I was watching his pressers and stuff like that when he got promoted to DC, and I was impressed by how he answered all the questions, because I think it's really telling when you watch these pressers how they answer the questions, how transparent they are, and how detailed they are, and you just look at the way they talk. They don't stumble over their words. Like, he was a good speaker. He seems like he's a leader. He seems like he knows what he's talking about, and the results speak for themselves.
And for what it's worth, the guys in the locker room loved him when he was the interim DC.
And look at him, bro. He's got some aura.
Let's be real. I was gonna say that too, bro.
When he talks, like he's got some swagger to him. You know what I mean?
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
Like,
I can't lie to you.
I say that in the most simpy way possible. Like dude, listen, like when he speaks, it looks like the players like gravitate towards him.
If we're a 8 or more win team next year, bro, just stay on the roster for another year or two, bro. Please, just stay with us for 2 to 3 years.
Bro, honestly, I gotta get that hat. I gotta get this hat. That has a nice.
That specific one.
Yeah, that specific one with the old Giants logo, I like that.
What do I have? I have the new Giants logo. I have the draft hat from a couple years ago, and I have that New York
the draft
one.
hat from last year was so good. I still have it. Where's it?
I have the draft hat from a couple years ago, not last year.
It's not. Oh, there's Malik Neighbors. There's the Malik Neighbors draft hat.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
I have the one from I think it might be the Deontay Banks draft is the one I have. It's either the Banks or the Thibodeau. It's either 22 or 23. It's one of those.
I think it was Thibodeau.
It might have been Thibodeau. Yeah. I think I have the 2022 draft hat.
This thing is so fire with the little pin on it too.
That is really good. I don't like the ones they had this past year, 2025. I'm not a fan of it.
They offered him without it, but.
So yeah, listen, man. In terms of me and KB's summarization of the dudes just on screen, we're sad to see Carmen Brasolo go. My theory is that he's going voluntarily because I think everybody wanted him back. I think he might go to the Titans, so keep an eye out on that. We love having Charlie Bullen back. We were both impressed by him towards the end of the season. And we think he, has potential to be something really good or great in the future. Mm-hmm. I am just blown away by Willie Taggart's resume. That shit is insane for a freaking running backs coach. So I'm excited to have him here. In addition to after working with one of the best running backs in the league, I'm glad for him to bring that to us. Chris Horton, I truly don't have an opinion on. Shout out to KB. He's a little bit more informed. He had a little bit more to say on it. And the fact that we gave him the assistant head coach title, not to entice him here, but to literally get him away from the Ravens, which is two different things, might say a lot about what John Harbaugh sees in the guy. Now, the other assistant coaches to be hired, we got a linebackers coach in Matt Pease. So I'm guessing he would be the inside linebackers coach because I think Bullen is outside linebacker coach, right? Or do I have that mixed up?
Yeah, he's like outside linebackers, edge rushers, dude.
Yeah. Those guys. So assistant linebacker coach Matt Pease, quality control coaches. There's 3 of them. I don't know these guys, but they just joined the staff. Adam Schrack, Brendan Clark, and Noah Riley. Noah Riley is an analyst, actually. Now I'm looking at a tweet, and Brendan Clark was one of those assistant coaches. So, I mean, we're filling out the coaching staff, especially on the defensive side. It makes sense. I feel like they knew who they were going to get for defensive coordinator, so they were able to do that to get guys that were going to be able to work with Dennard. Offensive coordinator remains to be seen because
That's
truly,
crazy,
at this point, we truly don't know.
That was going to be the first thing that they fixed. Well,
I don't think anybody.
John Harbaugh was announced. Like even a guy like Ian Rappaport was like Todd Monken
Ravens
is
fans
expected
knew
to be a Giants.
Yeah, because that's one of the reasons he got there's a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons he got fired, everybody knew was because he didn't want to fire Todd Monken. And I'll say this, KB, nobody thought he was gonna go apply for the Browns job. So nobody saw it.
I don't think he applied. I think the Browns just reached out to him, and you're gonna want to listen for a head coaching job. You know what I mean?
Of course.
If somebody approaches
the pay alone. Come on, the pay alone.
I know, yeah, of course. But if I'm Todd Monken, though, man, I would not take that job if I'm Todd Monken. I would take the Giants job and look and wait for a year where you could
but KB, you
find a better opportunity.
I understand when dudes do because you gotta look at I don't know what the difference in pay is, but it's definitely massive. The difference in pay is definitely massive. You know
that
is
I mean? For sure.
Taking it just to get the money and then you're gonna get an OC job after you get fired anyway. Come on, let's be real. They know that's gonna happen. But they're probably gonna do that.
When you're with the Browns, you're almost guaranteed to fail. It's just
Yeah.
You're going to do that to yourself, then you're going to limit yourself in the future if you want to get a head coaching job somewhere else.
We'll see. Shout out to Jon Snow. He's saying, "Can the Browns make a damn decision already?" I'm with you,
man.
And then Alwyn says, "No player will be a bigger upgrade than Bowen being out the building." Meaning, no player we add or trade for will ever make more of an impact than us just getting rid of Shane Bowen. And you know what? I agree, bro. I completely agree.
Automatically, the whole team, like if you guys play Madden, you get those like multipliers, you get those boosts. Like just Shane Bowen being taken out is a boost.
Oh, one thing we forgot to talk about with Dennard Wilson, bro. It's gonna be really interesting to see who he hires as his DB's coach because that's his specialty.
Yeah.
That's especially, and when he was a DB's coach, I'm sorry, I might have tuned out when you said it, but the Ravens, when he was a DB's coach there, had like one of the number one DB rooms and pass defenses in the league. When he was DB coach with the Eagles, they had one of the number one rooms and pass defenses in the league. Hoping he brings that here. Obviously, depends who he hires as the DB coach. But we forgot to talk about Cordell Flott a little bit.
6 more.
Flott, who's a free agent, and Flott, who's genuinely one of the better cornerbacks on this team.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying he does not fit Dennard Wilson.
He doesn't. Well, he doesn't fit a press defense, man. He's an instinct. Like Cordell Flott fits zone defenses to a T. Like he'll fit. That's why he was so good under Shane Bowen, because he has great instincts. He can start and stop really quickly. He can break down on the ball. And so he's perfect for a Shane Bowen defense. That's why he played so well. I don't know if he's going to play well again. Imagine him lining up on like let's say DK Metcalf and having a press elbow on him. Like, you're getting bullied, brother. Like, it's not even close. He's already smaller. He's like 6 foot. I think he's like 6'1", actually. He could be taller.
It's the weight.
But
he's like 170,
tiny,
right?
Bro. He's like 170, 180, yeah. So he's got to get the weight up. But then if he gets the weight up, does he still have the breakdown?
That's always the question. And even if he has the ability, it's all right. Are you going to get injured like Azeez Ojulari constantly did once he had to wait? It's all these questions. But it's going to be really, I don't care. I'm going to be sad I guess at this point when he walks, because we just continue letting talented players that we draft walk out the door. At some point, it's going to have to stop.
I tell you what, John Harbaugh's not going to let that happen. You know how much, you know how much talent they keep in freaking Baltimore, bro? I mean, of course, a lot of free agents leave, but a lot of free agents stay, man. A lot of these guys stay for the long run. So I would hope that same type of man. And on top of that, why would you want to, if John Harbaugh is successful here, why would you want to leave a coach like John Harbaugh, to be honest with you?
Yeah.
The newer coaches, much more understandable. Newer young coaches that are trying to like rebuild. Players sometimes don't want to stick around for a rebuild. You get a guy like John Harbaugh in the building, you're thinking you're going to win every single season. So, yeah.
KB, I just had a vision. All right. Do I have music do I have some nice background music or background sounds for this? Let me check. I don't think I got any. Is this
X Factor? I'm hoping he takes the Giants job. We just talked about that. I'm hoping he takes the Giants job. By the way, do you hear me okay? Did I put the gain down low or high enough?
I hear you perfectly fine. You're chilling.
Okay. All right, good.
All right, I just had a vision. We complete the trade to send Darius Slayton to the Colts, right? Freeze up our cap space, we just signed their guy. We signed Alec Pierce. We signed their guy. All right. We send Wan'Dale Robinson, not to the Titans. No, not to the Titans. And hear me out. Hear me out on this one. You might be like, "What the hell are we doing?"
You say the Ravens.
What the hell are we doing? Right? No, not to the Ravens. Wait, I gotta double check what team this guy is on. Give me 1 second. I gotta double check. Chat. I'm sorry, I forgot what team this guy was. The guy I want to trade him for, bro. The guy I want to trade him for. Give me a second.
AFC or NFC?
Wait. No, I can't spoil it. I can't spoil it. And also, of course, this is the sign-in trade. Right? This is the sign-in trade, guys. This is the sign-in trade. Where the hell is he?
Who are you looking for?
Chat.
He's got to be a veteran that's bouncing around in the league, because like now you're like you don't remember what team this guy's on currently, so that means he's like a journeyman now. All right?
Well, he's not really a journeyman, but he's on a team. He's a veteran. I don't know why I forgot what team. No, it's inside linebacker. He's on a team that had a collapse. That had a collapse this year that nobody's really talking about, and he's older. He is older. So this is a sign-in trade.
Bobby Wagner?
We send Wan'Dale to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for Lavonte David.
David? How did you you forget what team he's on? He's been on the same team since he was drafted.
Listen.
That man's like 70 years old.
So Slayton to the Colts, free up cap space, sign Alec Pierce. Wandale to the Bucks, free up. We get Levante. That's a sign and trade. Kayvon Thibodeau, get ready to learn Tennessee Titans. Go join your old head coach for Jeffrey Simmons.
Oh my God.
We not a top 10 defense with Levante David and Jeffrey Simmons.
You want to trade for Levante David, who's like 36 years old.
He's 35. I acknowledged it, but we
35 years old.
I think we're gonna need a vet linebacker for the next year or two, man. I think we are.
So you would rather bring in Levante David than re-sign Micah McFadden?
Come on, bro. They're not on the same level, bro. Let's be for real.
I'm telling you about longevity, production. Bro,
you admitted yourself you don't know if Micah is gonna fit this defense.
No, that's not that. I'm not putting doubt in there. I'm just saying I really just don't know. But everybody said that he wouldn't fit the Shane Bowen defense. He's had the best season of his career. Shane Bowen.
Hear me out. This is somebody else then. The second ever trade between the two New York teams. We sent him to the Jets for Quincy Williams.
I'll take Quincy. I like Quincy.
He's younger. I have no idea what the Jets are doing.
I'm pretty sure Quincy's an all-pro.
Yeah.
I'll take
Quincy
Williams. Listen, I'm not afraid to admit when someone's better than my king, Micah McFadden.
And the one that would never happen, I'm only saying it because we got Cowboy X Factor in the chat. We sent to the Cowboys for DeMario Overshow, and they'll never do that. But yeah, that's what it would be. Bucks have. You're right. I take back the Tampa trade since I'm just doing dream trades because I completely forgot that they have 3 receivers. Send him to the Jets for Quincy Williams, man. All right. He is a free agent. He is a free agent, guys. Let's get to the third topic, which is the one I got to start off with this. This is all of us. This is all not just Giants fans. This is all Giants, Commanders, and Cowboys fans right now, KB. When we think about the Philadelphia Eagles trying to hire an offensive coordinator. That's all of us. How many dudes have they gone through, bro? How many dudes have they gone through?
I just love watching the Eagles fans cope. Like, shout out Lord Brunson. He's a funny guy, funny as hell. Mm-hmm. But I watch his videos, but he is just the king of cope. The king of cope. It's clear. Maybe Jalen Hurts isn't the reason why these offenses good, because I don't think Jalen Hurts is terrible. I'm gonna put that out there. I don't think he's terrible. It's fun to meme on him. He's not terrible, but he's definitely not giving these coordinators a reason to be there. Like, you're telling me that Mike McDaniel if Jalen Hurts was that good of a quarterback, he's going to take Jalen Hurts over his family. Like, let's be real. He wanted to be closer to his mother, so he took the job with Justin Herbert in Los Angeles. Come on, man. If Jalen Hurts was that good, and Mike McDaniel feels like he could win a Super Bowl with them there, these guys would have went. Brian Daboll would have went. But Lord Brunson is out here saying Brian Daboll didn't want to go to the Eagles because he doesn't want the pressure because he's going to be facing the Giants. What? If I'm a coordinator, I would love to go against my team 2 times a year. What? Like, I don't know. I'm
trying to look it up. Somebody had a tweet with the number of people they went through. While I try to find that tweet, just list the names of the people they've gone through and that like just have not wanted it.
Oh, I can't even remember all the names that wound up backing out. I can't even remember all the names. All I know is the 2 top names the 2 top names in Brian Daboll and Mike McDaniel.
I know that recently, the most recent guy to pull out, I think, was it the Bears offensive coordinator? Yeah, Declan Doyle.
Oh yeah, oh my God! And he was the guy. That Eagles fans were like, you know what? I think I like this guy. We're gonna get this guy. And then he pulled out, and everybody's like, you know what? F this guy. I love, Eagles fans coping saying that, hey, you know what? F Brian Daboll. Bro, they were simping for Brian Daboll, bro. Simping for him. But what happened, guys? I thought you guys said he sucks because when he was a Giant. Now he's available and you guys are simping for him. Now he doesn't want to go to you guys and it's F him. He doesn't want the pressure. He doesn't want to play here because there's pressure and expectations. Man, shut up. I do think that's kind of true, though. Brian Daboll went to Tennessee so he can get an easy ride back to being head coach. I do think that, though. But
maybe I definitely think it's that he sees a guy.
Nobody
that he
looks at
wanted,
the freaking Tennessee Titans, so
yeah.
he's gonna have a chance to.
I can't find other names, but I know it's been like at least 5 dudes, bro. It's been
Yeah,
crazy.
like 5 guys already like said like, nah, I'm good. I'm good off that.
And you know who their favorite there is to hire now, bro? Jim Bob Cooter. He's not even the favorite.
He's been talked about as an OC for how many since he was with the Lions in like what year was that, guys? Like 2016 or something like that.
I think it was with that wild card team. Yeah, that wild card team with Stafford. Yeah, where we played them. I think it was we played them week 16 or week 17. We played them, but he's not even the favorite. KB Jim Bob Cooter isn't the favorite. You know who the favorite is?
Who?
Do you know who the favorite is?
Hold on. Let me guess. Hold on. I want to see. Wait, hold on. It's not the Charlie Weiss guy, right? Because he pulled out. Damn it. Who's the favorite? I know Joe Brady was one of them, but then Joe Brady took the head coaching job. Is it somebody in the NFL? They're in the NFL?
Yeah. Oh, and nobody in chat got it right now, but I don't think anybody in chat is guessing so far. But go ahead.
Well, what team does he come from? What team does he come
5. From? No, you're gonna get it then. 5.
Oh, fuck. It's an OC. He's already
3,
OC. He's already an OC.
2.
Fuck, I don't know. Clay Kubiak. I don't know.
1.5. 1.25.
Clay Kubiak.
1.
Mike LaFleur. Mike LaFleur.
No. The favorite.
Slowick.
No. We would love it. We would love it. The favorite right now is Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy. It's a favorite to be OC for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yo, why would he want to leave the Chiefs though?
The Eagles are in a better spot than the Chiefs right now for as the collapse of the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean that is true. That roster's a lot better. Yeah.
Matt Nagy. Well, what do you mean leave the Chiefs? I mean Eric Bieniemy was already hired back as their OC.
Oh yeah. What?
Got that? Yeah.
Interesting. What happened there? Because it's not like Matt Nagy took another job.
As soon as Nagy went there, they went from the number 2 offense in the league to number 15.
Oh, so they fired him. They fired him?
Yeah, I think they fired him.
Oh, they fired him. I thought he left. I thought he was just looking for other opportunity. I thought he was like all these other.
I'm gonna assume they fired him. There's no way that he left willingly.
Why would they hire back Bieniemy though, man? He hasn't proven to be a good coordinator.
Well, with the Chiefs, he always was.
Yeah, but he got Patrick Mahomes. I mean, and now he has to pick up because that offense isn't what they used to be. So now he has to pick up the pieces. Because when he went to Washington, he was terrible.
It's literally that they know that he works with them, bro. Watch it be like a he's their Josh McDaniels, bro, for all we know.
I think Matt
terrible Nagy, everywhere else, good with that one franchise.
Yeah, could be.
You know
McDaniels, bro. How
sad Cowboy, is it, thank you. Let me see. Is this the tweet that lists everybody that the Eagles tried to hire? I can't freaking copy this tweet. I can't copy it. But I could go to Chuck Knox. I know who he is and check. I don't know if there's a tweet I saw that literally listed out everybody that the Eagles tried to hire.
Man, I'm sure we're gonna talk about Brian Daboll, but I just want to say I'm really happy for him. I want him to succeed.
Yeah, we could transition into it right away if you want to.
Yeah,
I like the staff that Tennessee's putting together, bro. I'll say that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. How about it though? Two former New York head coaches that even went up against each other at some point. Now they're united in Tennessee. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Robert Saleh and it's crazy because I thought Brian Daboll would be a head coach before Saleh again. To be honest.
Here you go, bro. Mike McDaniel, Brian Daboll, Bobby Slowick, Zach Robinson, the Clan Doyle, Charlie Weiss Jr.
Yeah.
And then you could add in Joe Brady. Thank you, Cowboy X Factor. That was the tweet I saw. Nobody wants to work with the deli owner, bro. Nobody wants to work with the meat cutter, bro. Go back there and slice some salami for me, buddy.
Wait. Is that true? Davis Webb was actually requested?
Davis, you should know that I actually spoke up for you.
I'm not going to lie. If we miss out on Monken, I wouldn't mind giving Davis Webb a shot. The only problem is there's nobody like Davis Webb would be the head offensive guy. It's scary. That's scary because usually you have the offense, like you'll have like a Brian Daboll who's an offensive-minded head coach, and you give a chance to Mike Kafka to be an offensive coordinator who's never been one before, and a former player in the league that retired early that went into coaching. Like you would want Similar to Kellen Moore. When Kellen Moore was rising up, he had an offensive-minded head coach in Jason Garrett, so kind of helping him through the way. It would be scary for me to have John Harbaugh and then bring in Davis Webb to be an offensive coordinator. That would be scary for me.
Here you go. Here are the head coaching hires so far. In terms of amount of new head coaches, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4,
has anybody
5,
heard
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No.
Yeah, I feel so bad for Cardinals fans. There's no rumors. There's no talk about who's gonna. It's literally gonna be the last person picked is gonna be the Cardinals and Raiders.
Bro, here's the funny part, bro. Like, we know nobody wants to work with the Browns. They're pulling out. We know nobody wants to work with the Eagles. They're pulling out.
We're
just not hearing
anything.
Shit. We're not hearing anything when it comes to the Cardinals, bro.
The Cardinals gonna be coaching themselves, bro.
To be fair, I also haven't heard anything with the Raiders. But like,
no, I heard a little bit with the Raiders. The Raiders have been doing some interviews, but they're with terrible players. I mean, terrible candidates. They even tried to get Brian Daboll, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't think Daboll went. Daboll didn't go.
So let's start from the bottom, KB, because you mentioned you want to talk about Daboll a little bit. Let's start from the bottom with Robert Saleh to the Titans. What do you think about that? And then we know a little bit more on his staff now.
I'll be honest with you. I would have much preferred, and this is not just because I'm a Brian Daboll fan. It's more so that I think Brian Daboll did a better job with the Giants than Robert Saleh did with the Jets. I think with the Jets, he had no control over that team at all. There were too many personalities over there, and he just even though he looks like a tough guy, he ran all over them. I think Brian Daboll learned his lesson from the Giants, and he shouldn't be the cool uncle. Brian Daboll could lay down the law if he wants to. He just tries to be the cool uncle all the time. I feel like he's much more suited to be the head coach than Robert Saleh, but I digress. I think it's a good duo no matter how you slice it. Whoever's the head coach, whoever's the coordinator, I think they're building a really good foundation over there with the coaches, and I think Brian Daboll is great for Cam Ward. The only thing is that Cam Ward is not necessarily Brian Daboll's type of quarterback. Cam Ward is not a runner. Cam Ward is not a guy that's going to utilize his legs, and because that's a Brian Daboll thing. He likes his quarterbacks to utilize their legs, get out the pocket, run for some yards. Like he does that with every quarterback. You're not going to get that out of Cam Ward at all. But it's going to help him as a passer. Hopefully Cam Ward is able to adjust to Brian Daboll's very complicated offense. It's not simplistic at all. It's a complicated offense, and hopefully he adjusts to that. But I think it's great for Cam Ward. I do think if it winds up working, it's going to work really well. So, great job what Tennessee is doing. I think they should be happy.
I agree with everything you said. In terms like just everything, I think it's going to be good for Cam Ward if they could fix that offensive line. That's the first thing on their list. Then Cam is going to have a good second year. But I think for at least the next 2 or 3 years, this should be good for them. The only thing I disagree with is Robert Saleh doing a worse job than Daboll, because like we really can't discount basically every single year past the first year how terrible it was under Daboll. There was a reason that I was on here asking for this man to get fired. Like there was a reason I got fed up with him. By the end of last year.
Always a disaster. Like I don't feel like Robert Saleh did anything for them.
I agree with you, but I will say, just to push back a little bit, when you have literally Aaron Rodgers as your QB and as the leader in the locker room, you're kind of screwed from the beginning unless you're Mike Tomlin, which is, Mike Tomlin was the only dude really to have control of him like that at this point in his career. Next guy, I think we talked about Jeff Hafley last week, didn't we? I know we talked about Stefanski, obviously Harbaugh. I think we talked about Hafley.
Yeah, we did talk about Hafley last week. Quickly, Cowboys X Factor. Yes, because there are people saying that Daboll wanted Ward, and that's absolutely correct. Daboll did want Ward, but it wasn't.
He said that on camera.
Yeah, Daboll wanted Ward. He was a more talented quarterback, but as far as who fits their offense better, Jackson Dart fits Brian Daboll's offense to a T. That's why he wound up falling in love with Jackson Dart, and when they kind of knew they were going to miss out on Cam Ward because they didn't have that number 1 overall pick, he completely made a 180 shift straight to Jackson Dart since January, since scouting really began, since the offseason began and the Giants had their draft set. They did try trading up for Cam Ward. It didn't work. Then they were completely full on board with Jackson Dart. So, but Jackson Dart fits that offense, his offense, a lot better.
We already talked about Hafley. We talked about Stefanski and the Shedeur files. We talked about John Harbaugh. We didn't talk about Minter getting hired.
Shedeur Sanders, by the way.
Pro Bowl quarterback over Trevor Lawrence, bro. But the Pro Bowl, it's fan voted. So like I know people are like having strong feelings about it.
70% is fan voted. The rest is the NFL higher
but
up.
70% is a lot of percent, bro. Like, come on, 70% is a lot.
I know.
We know he has a huge fan base.
I know, but I don't think 70% is gonna get him there. I think the freaking league is simping for him too, trying to like make it up to him or something.
The league doing that over Trevor? No, I really think it's fan. I'm gonna disagree with that. I really think. I mean, 70% is literally if you have 100% more fan votes than Trevor Lawrence, then you're in, bro, because it's 70% of the total vote. You know what I mean? Jesse Minter, I don't think we talked about because I think this was announced after last episode. I mean, good hire by them. I thought they would have went somebody more experienced, but they're gonna go with a first-time head coach again. Worked out for them the first time. We'll see how it goes the second time. People forget. They just remember Minter being under Jim. They forget that he also started out under John, which is hilarious. He was there after McDonald went to Michigan, I think it was. But he's had experience with both of the Harbaughs, so he has experience with the Ravens in general. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, Minter was a D coordinator for them for Ravens.
I don't know. I don't think he was a D coordinator. I think he was a position coach. Yeah, he was a position coach.
Okay. Minter.
And then Mike. Oh, go ahead. You pulling it up? What you saying?
For whatever reason, he didn't pop up on Wikipedia. Minter, I think pretty. Oh, it's Jesse. Ravens. Oh yeah, he's with them from 2017 to 2020. Defensive assistant, defensive backs coach, assistant defensive backs coach. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. But
yeah, when was he with Michigan? When was he with Michigan? Because him and McDonald were back to back in Michigan.
He was in Michigan 22 to 23.
So he coached Aiden Hutchinson at Michigan. He coached that Michigan defense, the one that won the title. I'm pretty sure. Oh no,
a lot of good.
Was it the one that won the title, or was it the year after that won the title? I think 23 won the title, right? I think 2023 won the title.
Whenever JJ McCarthy was there.
Yeah, so that's hilarious. I don't think Aiden Hutchinson got the title. I could be wrong on that because he came out 22. Minter coached then he went back to the NFL, and so it's so funny. Jim basically asked John for recommendations on DC. He recommended both of them because both of them were on his staff. He took Minter first. Minter went back to the NFL. Then he took McDonald. I think McDonald helped them win the championship. And John was like, hey, I need Mike McDonald back. McDonald came back and was the DC. And then McDonald got the job. Like, that's how it went. That's how it is told from John and Jim Harbaugh's mouth. There's a YouTube video online where they got interviewed about this. That is how it's told from their mouths. That Jim was literally asking him, hey, I need a DC. Give me somebody. And then back-to-back times, he took Minter and McDonald from him. I guess even more reason to be confident in Dennard Wilson. You know what I mean? Mike McCarthy to the Steelers.
I like the hire for Minter. I think he's going to try to bring that defense back to what they're known for, and hopefully he's a good leader.
Mm-hmm. Mike McCarthy to the Steelers, bro. That's one that caught me off guard a little bit. Because they don't have a QB right now.
Going crazy right now. Why? I get it. Mike McCarthy is like white Mike Tomlin. I get it. But because they didn't look at the resume like we looked at the resume. Exactly. But if I'm being honest, his teams were better than Mike Tomlin's. I mean, this guy had like 4 straight 12-4 seasons for the Cowboys. Like, come on. And I know he underperforms in the playoffs, and I know that's why Steelers fans are mad because it's not for them, it wasn't never about having a good regular season. It was about winning in the playoffs for the Steelers fans. I get it. But Mike McCarthy, there's something to note when you see Mike McCarthy tearing up. That's his childhood team. You don't think he's going to go above and beyond to get that team to where they need to be because that's his childhood team? Like, it just means more. It means more to him. He already beat his childhood team for a Super Bowl, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, and I'm sure that was some motivation there too. So I think
I like it. Fine. The only reason I don't hate it. I like it because people that watch this podcast know how we feel about Mike McCarthy. We think he's better than anybody gives him credit for, but I'm not in love with it because one, I still think that there were other good coaches available, but also two, the main reason he got hired, according to the Steelers, was because of how good he is with grooming quarterbacks. I'm like, you guys don't have a quarterback right now. I don't think A-Rod is staying. Maybe he does. Maybe him and McCarthy have a relationship, but that's a 40-year-old.
From what I remember, the whole breakup in Green Bay was because Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy didn't get along.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe they make up, KB, but discount that fact. He's 40 years old.
Yeah, he's 40.
And they're not going to be in position to pick a QB.
He's 42.
At least not top. Of course, it's not impossible to get a QB past the first round, but it's certainly a lot more difficult.
Yeah. But I mean,
that's the reason I'm not in love with it.
One-year thing when you hire a head coach. It's not a one-year thing. So I think that's for the long run. They're gonna try to get a bridge quarterback this year and see what they can do next year.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Cowboy X Factor. You say they're stuck in 9-8 mode. Maybe because of the way that their roster is right now. You know, they're certainly older and they're not as talented as they used to be. But Mike McCarthy, he's not Mr. 9-8. He's Mr. 12-4.
Yeah,
he's Mr. 12-4 on the divisional run.
All the Steelers fans are pissed off, but they're not going to be pissed off when they see that offense is top 5 in the league. Well, whatever they do, like Mike McCarthy always has a great offense.
When he went to the Cowboys, he adapted too. He modernized.
And he's a play caller. He don't give up play calling. He is a play caller.
I know this sounds crazy that two random Giants fans are here defending Mike McCarthy, but like the dude has a way better resume than people realize. And like I said, he's not Mike Tomlin is Mr. 9-8. Mike McCarthy is Mr. 12 wins with a divisional loss. Yeah. That's what you're gonna get with him for sure.
Yeah, it is an upgrade. I mean? It is an upgrade. I mean, did they really think that they're gonna get like a Super Bowl winning head coach? Like, I don't know.
I don't know about upgrade. Okay, KB saying it's an upgrade. I think it's a lateral move.
Tomlin. It's definitely.
I think it's a lateral move, but upgrade on the offensive side, if anything.
Mike Tomlin lost it like 5 years ago, to be honest with you. I don't think Mike Tomlin even cared to be a coach anymore for like the past 5 years. So I think you're going to get a coach that's more motivated than Mike Tomlin. I think he got burnt out, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, he definitely got burnt out because he's just straight up, he's hanging it up.
Yeah.
And then the last guy on here, Joe Brady. My friend texted me this. He was like, this is Ben McAdoo part 2. What do you think?
Damn. You know what's crazy? Joe Brady was looked at as being a head coach candidate for like the past 2 years. You know, it's weird that a lot of people are kind of hating on him now, but I understand it. First of all, they interviewed the worst candidates possible. The Bills did. Like, besides Brian, like, they had some top names here and there, but they were interviewing weirdos. Like, freaking Grant Udinsky, the Jacksonville. Like, he's 30 years old, brother. You think he's going to lead the Bills to a championship? Like, they're in win-now mode. They don't want a kid coaching the team. But like they interviewed a lot of like a passing game coordinator for the Cardinals or for the Rams. I don't know who the hell they interviewed, but it was weird. It felt like they were gonna go Brady either way, to be honest with you. And I think they were they wanted to be wowed by Brian Daboll. Probably were not wowed by Brian Daboll, and they were said let's just go to Brady because it's the most consistency that we can keep. Like, well, let's just have him in the building because Josh Allen knows him. That's why.
Yeah.
That guy.
I don't like it because I'm not gonna go ahead and say it's Ben McAdoo part 2, but I get why my friend said that. They fired the guy that clearly got them out the dirt and got them to where they are, and kept the general manager that's responsible for the bad, just bad things with the team. Just like how the Giants did with Tomlin. I mean, not Tomlin, with Coughlin, and kept Reese. And then on top of that, you promote the OC, who's a good OC, granted. But we have no idea if he's going to be a good head coach. How do you not wait for Clint Kubiak? Right? How don't you just wait for Clint Kubiak?
Yeah, I agree. I think Clint Kubiak would have been good over there.
You know what I mean? And we'll see everything. All of our opinions here could be proven wrong. Come the first Sunday, and we'll see what happens. But that's how I really feel.
But remember, Josh Allen is one of the people like in the interview process for the head coach. So I think he kind of told them, "Hey, I want Joe Brady," and he knows him. I think that's what it was.
That could be it. Who's going to be Joe Brady's defensive coordinator?
He's the star quarterback.
Jim Leonard? You mentioned that, actually.
Yeah. I think he's right now the rumored favorite, but we don't know.
Do you really think Allen said, "Yeah, that's who I wanted"? He could have had Dable again. He was like, "Nah, give me Brady."
Yeah, I think he preferred Brady.
And let me see. Let me switch over to the offensive coordinator position. Like I said, that one, there's 18 new OCs. Absolutely crazy. Let me get to it. Where is it? Bam. This is insane.
Brown should wait for Kubiak. I'll win. Let
18.
Browns wait for Kubiak.
And now 19 when you add the Jets are there.
Holy crap, that's how much OC positions are still not filled? Holy moly.
18 available, 10 not filled.
Wow.
And there was one that got open when we came on that made it 19, right? I forgot what it was. Somebody released somebody. Who was it? Somebody released somebody
the Broncos.
as the stream started.
No, but the Broncos are listed there though.
Okay, maybe this is updated then, because it is from today. But guys, 18 new offensive coordinator positions. The ones that are filled so far: Brian Daboll to the Titans, Mike McDaniel to the Chargers, Eric Bieniemy to the Chiefs, Drew Petzing to the Lions, Bobby Slowick to the Dolphins, David Blow to the Commanders, Tommy Reese to the Falcons, Zach Robinson to the Bucks. Yet to be filled: Eagles, Giants, Broncos, Browns, Steelers, Ravens, Jets, Cardinals, Raiders, Bills.
Wow.
Insane. If I were to rank these from most attractive,
that's got to be a record at some point. How many? 18? That's over half the NFL. Yeah. With new offensive coordinators. My goodness.
If I were to rank the remaining ones in terms of from most attractive to least attractive, I think the one that goes all the way to the top is the Broncos. I'm not gonna lie to you. They made that far. I think Broncos are above the Bills for sure. They're just a better team overall, and their offense can get better.
Absolutely.
We know that's the weakness. Imagine if you go there and you make their offense even better. They're an unstoppable team.
My thing is, though, I think Sean Payton is the play caller. That's why I don't think it's the most attractive position. I don't think it's the most attractive because Sean Payton's the play caller.
Maybe. I'm gonna put the Broncos up there. I'm gonna put the Bills second. Then I'm gonna put the Ravens third. Actually, no, I'm knocking down the Bills because of the whole ownership situation. I'm knocking down the Bills. I'm putting the Ravens second. I'm gonna put the Bills third. I'm trying to see. Then I'll put the Giants. So the Giants are in the top 5 in terms of the remaining.
I think the Giants are pretty high for me. I got the Ravens number 1.
So Ravens number 1 for you. The number 2 for me. I got the Giants at number 3 or 4, and then it's everybody else.
Yeah, everybody else is it's terrible. I would say
we don't even know who their head coach for the Raiders is yet, so you can't even comment on that. I would
say Ravens, Broncos. Okay, let me see here. Ravens, Broncos, Bills, Giants. Ravens, Broncos, Bills.
Yeah, we both got them at 4. Yeah, I think the Giants will be 4 with these other guys.
Ravens, Broncos, Bills, Giants, Eagles. And then everybody else.
Eagles will be lower, bro.
The thing is, for somebody that's what I think is the problem with the Eagles is not the players, it's the power structure they have over there. I don't think a lot of coaches like Nick Sirianni. I don't think he's a great leader. So I think that's what it really is. But if you're thinking about a attractive position, both, imagine wanting the freaking imagine having an offense like the Eagles offense to work with, you know what I mean? I would love that. So that's why I think it's still up there. I think the Eagles' job is much more attractive than the Steelers, to be honest with you. I don't think anybody's gonna be wanting to freaking do the Steelers. Next 3 straight wins. Yeah, let's go.
I'm not happy yet either.
They got their revenge. They got their revenge against the Kings.
And then I think earlier, I think it was Cowboy X Factor, or maybe I'm giving Cowboy X Factor some credit that he didn't say. Somebody said, would I compare going from Mike Tomlin to Mike McCarthy to going from Tom Thibodeau to Mike Brown? That's not a bad comparison, because I also viewed Mike Brown as sort of a lateral move with improvement on the offensive side of the ball for sure. And I kind of view Mike McCarthy as a lateral move with improvement on the offensive side of the ball. So I like that. I like that comparison. Shout out to Cowboy X Factor. But this is insane. Basically, what was it? We counted. Was it 10 new head coaches and then now 18 new offensive coordinators? This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. And we're running out of dudes
fast. Even the guys that were hired, it's the Bucks getting Zach Robinson, so he's staying in division, going from Falcons to Buccaneers. Was he fired from the Falcons and he went to the Bucks? I don't know why.
Well, Kevin Stefanski is the new head coach. When you get a new head coach, you get almost a new staff.
Oh yeah, duh. I'm a dummy. So Zach Robinson went to the Bucks. Tommy Reese, I don't know too much about him, but I know he comes from the Browns, so no thank you. David Blow is a first-time coordinator. He literally was a quarterback in the NFL.
He was a quarterback,
3 years ago. He played in a Thanksgiving game one time. I saw him on Hard Knocks. Bobby Slowick was a hot name, and now he's trying to get redeemed again. Drew Petzing, I've heard of before. Eric Bieniemy, I think, is washed. Mike McDaniel's awesome. Brian Daboll, awesome. I think literally there's just 2 coordinators here that I'm I think it's gonna work out. There's
only 2 names that I could think of left: Todd Monken and Davis Webb, and we better get one of them.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I can say. I can't think of any other names.
I'm worried about Davis Webb. As much as I think it's an awesome story, I'm worried about it because we don't have an offensive-minded head coach. We don't have anybody to look after Davis Webb.
I think I would rather Davis Webb versus the Lane Kiffin guy, honestly.
Charlie Weiss? Yeah, because he's even younger. He's even more inexperienced. I don't know. So I don't know. Well, actually, I don't know if he's even younger. I could be wrong about that.
That makes you think, should we have just kept Mike Kafka?
No.
Should we have kept Mike Kafka?
No, because Mike Kafka's too just plain for me, man. He's 32. This Charlie Weiss kid is 32 years old, so.
Davis Webb is younger than 32, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's younger. But Webb has,
Cliff. Yeah, Cliff Kingsbury is still a name. I don't mind Cliff Kingsbury. I know KB was vehemently against him. At this point, bro, you're telling me he's not at this point you wouldn't take him?
He would be. He would have to be yeah, you're right. He would have to be an option. I don't want Cliff Kingsbury. He's a guy that runs a very college-like, simplistic air raid offense that only works for 1 year because teams don't know how to stop it in the beginning. But once they have film on you, you're cooked. I mean, everywhere he goes is the same thing. Even in college, it was the same thing.
Hear me out.
With the Cardinals, it was the same thing. And then with the Commanders, it was the same thing. Commanders, their offense was humming with Jaden Daniels because they were running a college-like offense. Look at this year. Terrible.
Hear me out. You said it would work for 1 year, so let's just do what the Seahawks did. Get him for 1 year, fire him, and maybe next year the OC pool is better.
I'm throwing the kitchen sink
maybe
at Todd
next year
Monken, and then
the
we'll
OC
go
pool is better.
He would have to be listen. He would have to be the front runner after Monken. He would have to be because you're right.
You put him above Webb.
Yes. Just because with Webb, he's so unknown. And we don't have anybody to. He will be leading the entire offense. Like that young kid, Davis Webb is going to be leading the offense. We've never seen that before. I don't know. Well, listen, David Blow, who the Commanders just hired, freaking Dan Quinn is a defensive-minded head coach. Like that's going to be an issue for a young guy like David Blow to now be the head of the offense. I don't know about that one, man. I don't know about that one. Pat Shurmur, low-key dark horse. I would take Pat Shurmur. Pat Shurmur's not a bad play caller at all. Not a bad coordinator at all. Never will be a good head coach. Everywhere he goes as an offensive coordinator is good. Pat Shurmur as a play caller, because he was even good in 2019 with the Giants. So,
I'm trying to think if there's just genuinely anybody, and I mean anybody that we're not thinking of when it comes to offensive coordinator. Oh my God! I just saw the Art Stapleton report that Charlie Weiss is the top candidate after Monken, bro.
For us?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Charlie Weiss. I guess that brings up a great question, KB. That brings up a great question.
It would only make sense because Jackson Dart's familiar with Weiss. That's why it would make sense.
That brings up the great question, KB, of just like how much do you trust John Harbaugh and his hiring?
No, I blind faith. I said this on my channel already.
So if he brings on Charlie Weiss, you're just like, we'll roll with it.
Yes, because I would trust that he does his due diligence. Now, again, results are everything. I'm not going to sit here and like after 1 year and Charlie Weiss's ass, and I'm going to be like, just stick with it, guys. John Harbaugh made the right decision. No, absolutely not. But if I believe John Harbaugh is the guy I think he is, if I think he is that guy, the hell is my dog doing? What the dog doing? If I think he is who I think he is, he's gonna get the right guys in here. So I'm gonna have blind faith in it. I'm not ashamed to say it either. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's a bad move because listen, he said he's gonna come in here and change everything up. I'm gonna believe him. And things are gonna look a lot different around here. And there's gonna be a lot of moves that make us uncomfortable. Carmen Brasillo, right? A lot of moves are gonna make us uncomfortable, but I'm gonna trust that he's gonna make all the right decisions to get us back to winning shape. So if he brings in Charlie Weiss, I'm gonna have my doubts, but I'm gonna be like, hey, let's effing go, because I can see the connection. Jackson Dart is familiar with. Now, was Charlie Weiss the coordinator with Jackson Dart there, or was he like a quarterback's coach or something?
I think he was, but I'll confirm for you.
Because I think Lane Kiffin was still the play caller.
Charlie Weiss Jr., right? Because when I look up Charlie Weiss, I got a 56-year-old man. I mean, a 69-year-old man.
Yeah, Charlie Weiss Jr. He was the OC and quarterbacks coach, so he was really involved with Jackson Dart. So I would listen, I would take it. I would take Charlie Weiss. Here would be my rankings, right? It would be, man, it's a sad list, man. It would be Monken number 1, who I think is a great coordinator. I would love him. Monken, Cliff Kingsbury, sure. Then Charlie Weiss, then Davis Webb. Davis Webb, unfortunately, would just be he's just too much of a risk. It's way too much of a risk.
Why am I not finding an article for just offensive coordinator candidates? Why is this so hard?
Because the Giants really don't have one yet. We're seeing all these links. We don't have any requests for interviews.
Here's just a list. This is from the Eagles, bro. So I'm just reading names that are in the offensive coordinator conversation because we can't think of any, right?
Well, you know why?
So this is the Eagles. Keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Manaman. That's the Packers QB coach. Frank Smith. He's the OC under McDaniel in Miami. Gerard Johnson. The Texans QB. Oh, yeah, I saw that the Eagles interviewed him, and the Eagles fans' reactions were hilarious. The Texans QB coach. All right, buddy. Okay, buddy.
They got to start looking at QB coaches now. It's crazy.
Josh Grizzard, the Bucs OC in 2020.
Oh, no.
Passing coordinator.
No. Screw him.
Jim Bob Cooter. We know about Cooter. Matt Nagy. We know about him. So, bro, this is ass.
It's a sad list, bro.
Bad.
It's a sad list, man. It really is.
This is so bad.
Because all the top coordinators are now head coaches, bro. Freaking Kubiak's gonna be a freaking head coach. You know, all these Clay Kubiak is a coordinator already. He'll probably be a head coach one day. You know, Mike LaFleur, like all these guys, like they're not gonna move. They're not gonna laterally move to be a coordinator, like somewhere else when they're already a coordinator.
It's not what you call it. It's not by cuts. It's like a combination of cuts, extensions, trades. Yeah. For example, Anthony Betts, who made his name basically this past month, he made his name on the John Harbaugh news because he was one of like 2 dudes to really have actual insider information on him. Anthony Betts, the Twitter account.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He recently, like literally today, he tweeted out just a random gif of Dexter Lawrence. So there's a Dexter Lawrence extension incoming, which would free up some money.
He expanded on that too. That Dexter Lawrence did meet with the Giants about a potential like extension. That's
the extension would mean more guaranteed money,
right?
Yeah. Which would free up some more space. So it's a combination of cuts, possible trades, and extensions.
I can't lose Dexter.
Bro, did you see? Shout out to State Arpleton in the chat. Did you see that absolute heinous tweet about trading Dexter Lawrence? Come on, bro. We gotta stop.
Yeah, I'm not trading Dexter Lawrence. Listen, but listen, similar to what we talked about with Andrew Thomas, I know he's gonna make you mad. Similarly enough, if Dexter Lawrence has another year like he did, the conversation needs to be had. I'm not paying $27 million to a defensive tackle that's supposed to be rushing the passer, and he's not doing it.
Leonard Williams, the guy we traded, had a better season than him, and he's in the Super Bowl.
Thank you. You know, so it's like we have
Milton
to have
Williams, who signed for like what 26 or 24. Yeah. Milton Williams has a very similar contract to Dex. Milton Williams had an amazing year.
I'm in the business of not being hoed. Okay,
I'm in the business of being a fan of the New York Giants. I love the players, but I'm a fan of the Giants first.
That's another thing. But at the same time, I don't like to be hoed, so I'm not gonna sit here and give you a big ass contract. And even though we love you, and I do love Dexter Lawrence, but you can't sit here and have a half sack. Well, now he has 1.5 sacks on the season and not good against the run. The last season.
Oh my God! I don't know. For OC. I don't know what happened. Look, obviously Shane Bowen was a big part, but I expected even with Dex for us not to be that bad in the run game, bro. Like, come on.
Let's see. Let's see.
All right, for now, cut it out. Cut it out for now, bro. We don't know. Cut it out for now. We got to have another ass year before I even entertain it.
Yeah.
Before I even entertain it. See what I did there? Before I even entertain the thought.
Before I even taint it.
Okay, before I even taint it. All right. Let's see. Let's go here. Unless there's anything else you want to talk about. I don't think there's anything else. I don't know if there's some random college coach. You know what? We're going to end. You know who's going to be the next OC of the Giants, bro? And guess what? Because KB said blind faith, you're going to have to cheer for it. You're going to have to suck it up. You're going to have to glaze it when he becomes the next offensive coordinator of the New York Giants. When John Gruden and his Gruden grinders come to New York and
I'm feeling
become part of New York Football Giants. All right? When John Gruden. Okay.
I'm feeling dirty. Is it really going to be Charlie Weiss, Jaden? Because didn't he say he's going to LSU? Wasn't there reports saying he's going to LSU?
That's the favorite right now. If Monken doesn't come, the favorite is Charlie Weiss.
But that doesn't make any sense because he apparently the Eagles reached out to him and he said he was staying with Kiffin in LSU.
Because it was the fucking Eagles. What are we talking about right now?
Yeah, we're the Giants.
In case you haven't noticed, we're a more attractive spot than the Philadelphia Eagles. We literally talked about this like the last slide. All right.
I'm not exactly. I think the Giants would be excited if Charlie Weiss actually ends up with the Giants. Again, I would have my doubts because he's young. He's going to be leading an offense by himself. But the connection he has with Dart is intriguing. I will say that. It's more intriguing than Davis Webb. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I think if we hire a young guy instead of Monken, the thing I'm looking at immediately, KB, before anything else, I'm like, who the hell are you hiring as your offensive line coach? That's the most important coach right now.
Right.
Because we let Barcelo go. Is going to be the coordinator, I think, having the most say when it comes to the next offensive line coach.
I think the head coach will work with the coordinator and get the right guy. I'm sure John Harbaugh will have his candidates and he'll talk to whoever the coordinator is and try to work it out from there. Jets wanted Gruden. He said, "Nah, yeah, the Gruden freaking denied the Jets job." Hilarious. I would too, man. What the hell? Aaron Glenn fired everybody. Aaron Glenn in one season as the head coach found out that he was safe and just fired everybody else. That's crazy.
Let's talk about MVP candidate Trent Dilfer, bro. Can we talk about this guy?
Oh my god! Why?
What's crazy is I wouldn't be making these jokes.
If the Giants pulled out the trade, he would have been our quarterback. If the Giants pulled out that trade.
I still think he's good because he was good during the regular season, but he's clearly right now, he's not made for the lights right now. The lights are too bright for him so far. And to be fair to him, KB, and this is the only time I'll be fair to him. All right, so I'm going to put that out there for any Drake May lovers in the chat. To be fair to him, he did face the number 5 defense and then the number, I think, 2 defense. And then what was it? The number 3 defense? Because the Seahawks are number 1, I think, right? So he did face back-to-back-to-back top 5 defenses. But you shit the bed worse and worse and worse each time. You made the Super Bowl with 84 yards passing?
It was snowing! It was snowing!
For one quarter. Are you serious? I can't tell if you're joking.
One quarter? Hold on. Brother.
He's not joking.
It started in the third quarter.
Chat, this is KB. This is Drake May. This is KB. Oh. That's him. It was
Someone clip that.
It was
clip that.
Are you joking? He had like less than 50 yards entering halftime. KB, defend that.
He got the job done.
Defend that, you fucking laser.
Bro.
Defend that.
Bro.
It
was snowing.
You're riding it. Oh my God. You're giving him rug burn. What the hell is going on?
Guys. First of all, it was a tough defensive bout for that first half. Both teams couldn't freaking score for that first half. And I know it was Jarrett Stidham.
I have a live
you're
view.
going against the Broncos defense.
Chat, he's doing tricks on it.
Thank you, Jaden.
Chat, oh my God, chat. He's blowing bubbles on it. Oh my God. Insane. You can't defend what he had going into the half. Oh my God. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Bro.
He's had one of the worst playoff runs.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Trent Dilfer,
you're not wrong.
The Trent nickname, the Trent slander doesn't come from nowhere. I think he's literally there with him,
bro.
When it comes to
Trent Dilfer was
bro.
ass.
He's right there.
I'm
saying
the difference
Drake
is Drake May
isn't
ass.
Bro.
He's just playing like it right now. But
that's what I'm saying. The lights are too bright.
That's fine. He's young. He's a second-year player. He's a second-year player.
I'm acknowledging all of that. He's
the youngest quarterback to ever start in the Super Bowl.
Bro. I wouldn't even be doing all of this.
Second youngest.
I wouldn't be doing all of this if not for all the propaganda that the NFL and Patriots fans are pushing, bro.
That's fine. That's completely understandable.
This shit is crazy.
Completely understandable.
This
However, I don't think Drake May is bad. He's not bad.
I'm not saying
he's a really good quarterback.
All right. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying.
Yes,
he is having one of the worst playoff runs of all time, and that's not an exaggeration.
I don't
for a quarterback. He is being carried to the Super Bowl by his defense on a level literally only seen by the 2000s Ravens and their quarterback. who was the worst quarterback to ever make the Super Bowl. I'm not saying Drake May is the worst quarterback in the NFL, but I'm certainly saying this run is one of the worst quarterback runs and thus one of the worst quarterback performances to carry him to a Super Bowl. All right? He's a year 2 player, and he's a great player. There's a reason he was in the MVP conversation, but he's not made for the moments right now. Right now being the key word. Right now, his draft mates and Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams were more made for the moments than he was. Yeah, 3 back-to-back-to-back ass-out games are insane.
Yeah.
Are insane. But for the playoffs,
all right, we'll see in the playoffs.
He's not made for it right now.
We'll see in the
playoffs. Right now, he's not made for it.
We will see. Well, I mean, we'll see in the Super Bowl.
All right. What's your last comment? I see a bunch of it. Of course I would. Spin on it. You wouldn't get me off of it. Come on, bro. Because he would be my quarterback. He would be my quarterback.
You said you wouldn't get me off of it.
All right, Nova.
You did not need to say that. Brother, you did not need to expand on that. You did not need to expand on that, bro. That was a
It's not just this, bro. It's not just
comment
this.
right
you
there.
You can play great defense.
Look at him trying to ignore what he just said. I'm not letting you slide by that, bro.
I am embracing it.
You could have just agreed. You went further and said you couldn't get me off of it.
If he was my quarterback, yes. If he was my quarterback, are you kidding me?
My God.
Listen.
Oh, that's crazy.
What if he bombs the Timo of Boom? Listen, if that happens, the Patriots actually have devil magic. That's what I'm going to say.
The Timo of Boom, that's hilarious.
if which is crazy because their defense is actually comparable. So their defense is insane. But let's talk about Stafford first. All right, I guess let's talk about Stafford and the Rams. I said it as a joke, and I think everybody said it as a joke.
Well, we'll have 2 weeks to talk about the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Barring devil magic, I genuinely think that, the NFC Championship was the real Super Bowl. Barring literally a miracle happening for the Patriots. This was the actual Super Bowl.
And that was a great game. Oh, my God.
Classic.
That was a classic. And, both teams had things go their way. Like, there were bad penalties on both sides. That you can't say that.
There was offense and defense for both teams.
Yeah, you can't say that the Seahawks got away with a lot or the Rams got away with a lot because it evened out. It evened out. There were a lot of stupid calls on both sides. That Rams game, that was so good. It was so good.
It was ridiculous. I mean, also, like I said, not only do I think this was the true Super Bowl, I truly think, KB, that these were the 2 best teams in the NFL this year, the Rams and the Seahawks.
Oh, I agree.
I think these were the 2 best teams in the NFL this year. And I'm glad that we got to see them play in, at the very least, a championship game. Matt Stafford, I feel for you, man. I'm a fan of you. But I'll be honest, KB, I was surprised it was this close, especially after what they did to the Niners. The Seahawks, and we get that it was an injured Niners team, bro. The Seahawks in divisional weekend just looked so far ahead of anybody else in divisional weekend. Like right then and there, you guys heard me say on the podcast, I'm like, I think it's them, and I don't think there's anybody close to them. Now, the Rams played them close, which speaks to how good of a team they are and how well they know their divisional opponent. I think the Seahawks are going to fucking stomp the Patriots out, bro. Like, genuinely.
I think it could be a blowout.
I think it's going to be like Super Bowl 48.
I don't want it to be that because I like watching Super Bowls that are competitive and like down to the wire. I don't want to be bored by halftime because then I just want to shut the game off. You know what I mean? I want it to be entertaining, but I'm really rooting for Sam Darnold, man. Really rooting for him.
Which I'm glad you brought it up because we didn't talk about them yet. I'll let you start off with Sam Darnold and the Seahawks. I guess you could start off with the redemption.
Yeah, I mean, to start off with the redemption, man, first of all, I want to give a huge shout out to all Jets fans, bro. Jets fans they're really humbled by it. Like, they're not sitting here hating on Sam Darnold. Oh, why didn't you do that with the Jets? They're literally whipping out their old their old Sam Darnold jersey and taking pictures with them, saying, "Hey, I love to see it. Go win a Super Bowl, stuff like that. I love to see it." But Sam Darnold, really, really, like humble dude. Like, the redemption arc is perfect for him because everybody's baiting him to kind of talk about his Jets past. He does not do it. The freaking Mike Strahan tried baiting him to talk about his time with the Jets during the freaking conference, when he was holding up the freaking trophy, but he still did not give in and did not speak about his past or speak ill ill about the teams he was with prior. But this is a really good moment for Sam Darnold. And listen, I thought it was a fluke when he was playing with the Vikings. This dude is legitimately good now. Like, Sam Darnold was ripping it, bro.
He had the best game in his career.
Yeah.
He genuinely had the best game in his career.
And it's funny because he had one of the worst games last year in the playoffs with the Vikings, where everybody was like, well, there goes Sam Darnold again. That's the Sam Darnold we all know and love. He'll never, reach a Super Bowl. He'll never get far in the playoffs. That's what Sam Darnold is. He may be a good regular season player now, but now look at him. Playing in the playoffs, playing amazing. Now about to start in the Super Bowl. The Seahawks in general are just, shout out Mike McDonald, bro. Getting that team, he made a goal to get to the Super Bowl as fast as he could, and he freaking got there in 2 years. So Mike McDonald, that whole Seahawks offense and defense, like they're awesome. I think they deserve to win the Super Bowl, man. So yeah, I'm going for them.
I haven't watched all
You're right,
or really that many Seahawks games this year, so I was genuinely so surprised to see just how good they were, like basically week 16 on. Mm-hmm. And in the playoffs, it was unmatched. Like I said, I get that it was an injured 49ers team, but when we finally saw them, that divisional round, even knowing it's an injured 49ers team, KB, watching how their defense was, their defense alone, because their offense, we knew what Clint Kubiak brought, man. Their defense, as somebody that didn't watch the Seahawks all year, I was like, nobody is competing with this. This defense, and we know that all the stats back it up. They're on a historic level, this defense. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Shout out to John Snyder, bro. Did you see the stat? John Snyder is the only GM in NFL history to lead the same franchise to the Super Bowl twice with completely different teams. There's no player from the last Super Bowl appearance team on it. And two different head coaches.
He really locked in as a freaking drafter, because guys know the whole meme of him.
That's what you call an actual rebuild, KB.
Yeah.
There's nobody left.
But he really locked in as far as being able to draft talent, because we would meme on them all the time with how, like, all the players that were drafted in the first and second round, like, who the hell is that? You know what I mean? And they would never do anything worth a damn. So they really locked in. Somebody, Steven mentioned, Leo and Julian Love. Julian Love playing awesome, man. He's still a good player. I'm so happy to see him there playing well. And, I wanted to bring something up, because I really do think this, and I want to bring it up to all Giants fans and you too. Watching Jackson Smith and Jigba, especially in that playoff game, because I've been watching Jackson Smith all year, he reminds me, he's like this era's Odell, bro. He is this era's Odell. I'm telling you. Like, when you watch him and that ball gets thrown downfield, it's like you get excited. Like, what's Jackson Smith going to do? Like, the same excitement I saw with Odell every time the ball reached his hands is the exact excitement I see about Jackson Smith, bro. Every time the ball is thrown downfield, he's wide open. And then you look at the replay of how he got open. It's so Odell-like. It's insane. He's not the biggest, but extremely aggressive with the football. His route running is so technical, like Odell was. Bro, Jackson Smith reminds me so much of Odell. It's nuts. And his, like, the way he takes over a game, where Odell could take over a freaking game. And have a lot of receptions, a lot of yards, multiple touchdowns. That is Jackson Smith and Jigba, bro. He reminds me of Odell. He is what Odell should have been. If he stays healthy, he's gonna be, like, down the road what Odell should have been, minus the injuries, But he's Odell to me, bro. Every time I look at Jackson Smith, I think of Odell, and they got a good one over there, man.
I don't know. I don't see it.
I think he's the best wide receiver in football right now. I think he's the best.
Right, I mean, he had the best season. Like, I'm not gonna disagree with that.
No, I think he's like, forget about the season. I think he's the best wide receiver in the NFL.
No, I'm using that as a supporting, not as a crutch. I'm using that as supporting to what you're saying.
But remember, when just in Odell's second year, everybody was saying Odell is the best receiver in football, because of how talented he was. And like I said, the excitement I get watching Jackson Smith and Jigba, like watching him go out there and make plays, is the same excitement I got watching Odell.
All I'm going to say is wait till the real best wide receiver in football gets healthy. All right? Wait until the real best.
Is that your heart throbbing or what?
Who the fuck says heart throbbing, bro? That was a heartbeat. You're gooned out, bro. You're gooned out.
Bro, everybody says heart throb. Everybody says heart throb. What the hell?
What not heart throb?
Was that your heart beating?
That was my heart beating. Oh my God, you're gooned out, bro. You're freaked out, bro. Kid Goon RB27. I've been saying it for months. Jesus
Bro,
Christ.
usually people
Just wait till
refer to
Malik
heart
Neighbors
beating
gets
when
back,
it's
bro.
actually just working, like a heartbeat. When it's throbbing, you can hear it.
No. Oh, you know what you go to the doctor's office, they're like, yo, let me hear your heart throb. You fucking dumbass, bro. Come on, bro. What's wrong with this dude, bro? Yo, I need a new co-host, bro. This dude is gooned out, bro.
Oh god.
Y'all
Makai Lemon is not going
you thought I
5,
was gone?
Jaden. Makai Lemon is gonna go in the second. Or you know what, high first.
Oh,
Might be a high
second is
first.
crazy.
Might be a
Second is
high.
crazy,
I mean,
yeah.
I might be a low first. And well, a lot of people mock him to go in the. A lot of people mock him to go in the late first to second round. So I don't know.
Listen, if we're gonna talk about the draft real quick, I'm still leaning Carnell Tate. I would love the combination of Tate and Neighbors for Dart.
Yep.
But
with Dennard Wilson.
I was gonna say with everything with Harbaugh and the safeties, and you know, we've seen the importance of the safety position kind of getting back a rise, especially with how important it is to Seattle's defense. And then, yeah, like Caleb Downs is coming in conversations. And then Field Yates, for some reason, mocked Mansour Delane to us, a cornerback at 5. And I asked the question, I was like, yo, somebody let me know. Is this guy at least Derek Stingley level? Because if I'm taking a cornerback at 5, I'm needing to be at least Derek Stingley
I don't know
level.
anything about that LSU corner.
They said he is, but that's a fan. You know, that's a fan talking.
But listen, as far as positional value goes, corner's really high. So I'll take a corner at 5. If he's that guy, if he's a shutdown corner, and the Giants decide to move on from Cordell Flott, boom, plug and play right there.
Replace him with a real LSU cornerback.
Yeah, a real press corner from LSU. Yeah. Seeing Puka and Jason in the playoffs, Makai Lemon is literally similar prototype. He's gonna go top 10. Yeah, well, I mean, I heard Makai is like an outside guy, right? Isn't Puka and Jason are slots?
Puka's not a slot. I think Puka plays all over the place, right?
He plays all over the place, but he's a slot receiver, just like JSN could play anywhere you want him to. Just like Odell can play anywhere you want him to, but Odell was really working the slot.
I get being burned by the rookie corners. That was me just last year. I get it. But hey, LSU is wide receiver U and DBU. I'll say that.
I'll say this, Cowboy X Factor. I'm in the same boat with, like, do you take a safety at 5? I hate the idea of taking a safety at 5. But if you think if the Ravens had a chance to go back in time, if they had a top 10 pick, would they still take Kyle Hamilton? They probably would. You know what I mean? But I'm not saying, because Caleb Downs is nothing like Kyle Hamilton. They're totally different types.
I heard they're two completely different players. Like, and then the same thing with Emmanuel. How do you pronounce his name? The safety for the Seahawks. Same thing with him. They're completely different as well.
Oh, Eman Worry. Yeah. Eman Worry is much similar to Kyle Hamilton, but they are similar in the fact that they move around the defense a lot. Like, Kyle Hamilton is more of the instinctual IQ ball hawk type of safety, and Caleb Downs is the more down in the box, physical guy.
That's why I still rather Carnell Tate over Downs, bro, because I saw a lot of people saying that. Yeah. They're like, he's not the same mold as those guys. And if he's not the same mold as those guys, which is clearly what Harbaugh and Harbaugh disciple defenses want, why take him at 5? Just find a better mold in the second round, which is exactly what Mike McDonald did with the Seahawks. Emmanuel Worry, I'm butchering his name, was a second-round pick. He wasn't a first-round pick. You know what I mean? Steven says Peter Woods eventually replace Dex. Not at 5, bro. I don't think at 5. I'm good on that, bro.
No, I don't want Peter. I'm not getting a D tackle at 5. No, I'm good.
Yeah. Carnell Tate is wide receiver 3. He might be wide receiver 1 in terms of taken because of the Tyson injuries.
Yeah. Well, who's the other one? Makai Lemon is not going to be taken. He's not going to be taken in the top 10, brother.
I wouldn't mind Jordan Tyson at all.
Jaden has his cup of teas. Jaden has his cup of teas.
I wouldn't mind Jordan Tyson. I would be very concerned at the injuries.
Yeah.
And that's why I could be wrong. That's why I think he's not on the table for us.
Yeah, weird one. I listen, I would love Tyson, but we've dealt with so much draft picks with injuries. If you have an injury history, I'm staying away from you. That's why I was really out on Michael Penix. And look what happened. Tore his ACL for a 3rd time in a young NFL career. 3rd time.
Shout out to Michael Penix, bro. I'm so sorry about that, man.
I'm the weird one, right? I'm Kid Gooner. Why'd you say
I can't give him a shout out?
Well, why'd you say his name like that?
That's
not his name. That's not his name.
What?
His last name is Michael Penix.
Michael Penix, tomato.
Yeah, it's very
Uranus,
it's easier
Uranus.
for you to say that. It's easier for you to say Penix, right? It's easier for you.
What do you mean by that? What do you? What,
I don't
what
know.
do you, what do you mean by that?
I don't know. You see, it seemed to roll off the tongue quite smoothly.
Why are you so obsessed with tongues?
Yo, you.
All right.
Oh God.
Great defenses don't rely on safeties to run stuff. What's the front 7-4? It got to be. Well, these defenses, when it comes to the Ravens and the Seahawks, they're not relying on them, but the safety is a huge part of the disguises and a huge part of how the back works. That's why it's so important. To,
Safeties are a big part, especially
at least
with today's NFL. Safeties are a big part because they're more involved now. A lot of teams,
especially with the Seahawks, with how to disguise everything.
Yeah, and a lot of teams are using big slots, so they're running nickel with a safety. They're running nickel and dimes with a safety, and covering the safeties covering tight ends. Because the thing is, players are getting much more athletic at every position that a lot of these safeties now can cover, like straight up cover. That used to be more of a rarity back then.
It just comes with the evolution of defenses in the NFL. Like I said, at the safety position, I don't know if making a comeback is the correct phrase, but it's certainly rising a little bit.
Yeah.
Rising to be 5th overall pick, not sure.
Nova, I do agree with you. The problem is positional value at safety. I mean, positional value at defense isn't quite there.
That's why I'm saying, bro, just get the safety in the second round. Listen, we did it with X, didn't work. That didn't work out with Tyler Newman, but that's because that's Joe Shane.
Yeah,
we did it with X and it worked. We did it with
I completely agree with you.
With Landon Collins and it worked. The Seahawks did it with Emmanuel Ray and it worked.
A little bit of a devil's advocate. Daniel Jeremiah said that he has 18 wide receivers in his top 50. 18, which is nuts. I've never seen that before. 18 wide receivers in his top 50 this year, so it's really heavy. So they might be falling. They might be like freaking dropping like flies. You may have to get one quickly, or you take that and you say you could get one in the second round. So I don't know. You could look at it both ways.
Mm-hmm. And don't even forget, we didn't even mention. We didn't even mention going offensive line at 5 with Francis Maunoa.
Yeah, I need to see what happens with Jermaine Illuminor first. I need to see what happens with him first.
Not looking good with Carmen Walken, but I would love to re-sign him.
Yeah,
I don't see. I personally,
if he dips, he becomes my number 1. I would take him over Carnell.
This could be me. You know how they said, Monday morning quarterback. This could be Monday morning GMing, couch GMing, backseat GMing. Mm-hmm. I don't see how you let Jermaine Illuminor walk. I really don't.
Me neither.
Since we signed him, he helped this offensive line stabilize, and he's been in the NFL one of the best right tackles in the entire league, which people seem to just discount. And even the people that call him mid seem to forget how hard it is to find an even mid player. He's not mid, but if he is, do you know how hard it is to find a mid offensive tackle? Are we serious? Resign the guy. I get he's like 31. Resign him for 2 to 3 years. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. And he wants to be here. That's another thing, bro. It's hard to find players that want to be here when we're not a winning franchise right now. That's all I'm saying.
Yep, I agree. Keep the talent that you have here, man. Stop letting it go. Even if they were from here or not.
Chat, any other thoughts before we close it out? Because nothing is coming to mind for me. What about you, KB?
No, I think we pretty much covered all the news so far. We'll see what happens next week. But I think we got everything down.
Shout out to y'all, chat. I'm going to keep it open just for a little bit more to see if anybody pops in with any questions or thoughts as we're closing down here.
I'm sure next week we'll have a lot to talk about because we'll have an offensive coordinator. I think next week we'll have one.
Depends if the Browns hire a coach next week or not, bro.
Yeah.
Cat trade? Listen, if it's for Giannis, sure. I don't know. I'm not trading him for freaking Jaren Jackson, bro. I saw the rumors. I'm not trading him for freaking Jaren Jackson Jr., bro.
Bro, Giannis is he's going viral in every game he's in because he is just so done.
Yeah.
He's so done.
I think he's weird. For anyone is crazy. I don't think trading him for Jaren Jackson does us anything in terms of making us a better team. I really think that. This is what I'm saying when it comes to tackles and offensive linemen, bro. I was going back and forth with a couple of people on Twitter. I'm like, you have, I can't believe I'm saying this to a Giants fan. You've had it too good for not even that long. You've had it too good for just 2 years, because it took you 2 years to forget that it took us 15 freaking years to find a good right tackle.
I know.
Like I said, I could be backseat GMing, but come on, man. Yeah, McCall got to get up out of here, bro. We really traded 5 first-round picks for him.
Yo, McCall.
That's the thing. He's just so inconsistent.
Much like Darius Slayton, it's crazy.
Oh my god, and they're the same type of player. Oh my god,
and they're both nerdy, weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? They give the same vibes. They give the same vibes.
No, I don't know what you're saying. I believe you with that one.
They do. They give off the same vibes. You see the way they talk. You see how they talk.
I truly don't know.
You never seen both of them talk? Don't they give you the same vibes?
They give me the same vibe, but I don't know what weird vibe you're talking about.
Not weird, like not creepy weird, but like I don't know, like not jockey. They're not jockey. They're just like, I don't know, witty. They're witty. Like witty,
we're not 90s.
Silly and witty.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Keep in mind we got a professional masturbator on the defense, so if you want to talk about weird, it's that guy. All right. I saw that. I'm not gonna highlight it because we're gonna get airstrike immediately. That's gonna be it.
No, it's okay. We'll be straight, guys. I also shocked my dog. It's okay. It's okay.
That's gonna be it for now, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Shout out to the viewers on Twitter. Shout out to the viewers on YouTube. I appreciate y'all showing up and showing out, being in the chat, interacting with us, and keeping the stream going. KB, any last thoughts before we play the outro?
No, but last thing I'll say is everybody, let's just calm down. I know we're seeing like little bits of moves here and there. Carmen Brasillo potentially not bringing back Jermaine Illuminor, not knowing what's going on with the offensive coordinator position. Let's just calm down. We got a long off season to kind of digest everything, and results will take its course. So, a lot of clips. This podcast was very clip worthy. Later, guys.